Hey everyone, my name is Leo Young, and welcome to the 6th episode of the Justice Teens podcast. With me, I have Orbital Spirit. He muted himself, but he's normally going to say it's me. Kid Shift.
Yo.
Gold.
What's up?
And Wicked, who is also muted due to the background noise.
Yo.
As you can hear. Anyways, so, for all of you who were listening to the last podcast, we want to say thank you for any of your support that you've actually given us. Not likes, but in more of the moral support. We do need that. Let's see. You guys want to go straight into the topics, or you have anything you want to say?
We can probably go straight into the topics, man.
We are supposed to have a bunch of other people, but for some reason they aren't.
Messaged Apple on Snapchat. His punk ass didn't, respond. But,
yeah, and Dante was the very first person to ask. Dante, if you're listening to this, fuck you, kid. Step up your game. Alright, so, let's see. I saw that you guys were talking about something in podcast chat. So, what is all this in podcast chat? Oh, okay. So, Shift, I want to go over your topic. I want to say first, so we can go over my topics, which are more like basic conversation starters. If that's alright with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so just to double check, Wicked, you're there. Just type a period in the chat. Gold, you're there too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if Orbital has to deal with that baby. Alright, so the topic is, what powers will we have and how would we use them on our Earth? Oof.
Dear goodness.
Dear goodness. Okay. Alright, I guess Shift, since you asked the question first, you should go.
Okay. You guys already know I really like electromagnetism, but I'm like thinking from like a really like watered down standpoint, like you know how, for instance, a TV show, Flash, for example, a lot of were really watered down, and the potential, like what we've seen from comics, is not really shown that much. It's from a really realistic standpoint. There's shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a lot of the powers are watered down as well. So I was thinking maybe that would really help, the planet for the most part, and help everybody as a whole. I don't want to sound like a fucking hippie or anything, but I guess. So I would probably go with like something that has to do with like either like weather manipulation of some sorts, or like plant manipulation. I'd really fucks with that one. Yeah, you, as most of you know, in the league. Not sure about any of y'all in the watching this podcast right now, but I am a botanist. You know what I'm saying? I smoke the devil's lettuce. You know what I'm saying? Some good shit. Pineapple Express all the way. Anyway, so yeah, I would use that really to like desert areas, especially. I would grow forests and jungles and shit like that. Pretty hippie stuff. Bring back ecosystems with those types of powers. Put a right amount of water in a dried out area, like how California was going through the drought and all that. I would give water, make it rain. I'd basically be a male Storm from the X-Men, but like freak out every month because she's bleeding or anything. But yeah, I'd basically weather manipulation or some shit. And if not, if I really want to get out there, I would again go to my electromagnetism and just do so much.
Alright, cool. Alright, Wicked, I know that you like to talk about your power, but you normally type it. What powers would you have in our world?
Speedful.
World.
Oh, and shit. Realistically. Wait, define realistically, because superpowers are super.
Well, I can realistically explain how powers work, but
a lot of like the powers that we've seen, actually, they're possible, not like say lifting buildings or some shit, but super strength is a possibility. Super speed to an extent is a possibility. Self regeneration is actually a possibility. Stuff like that, like watered down somewhat. But I went into the electromagnetism, like stuff like with that, I could like basic shit like move metal or something small, like really dumbed down.
Yeah, essentially, I wouldn't really want too much in terms of powers. I would just basically just want to be a super soldier, like enhanced speed, enhanced strength, agility, and durability. Other than that, I'm pretty good with it. Like I'm pretty content with,
Oh my fucking god! You know what I just remembered? No. Fuck the human race. Fuck all that. You know what I would have with my power? Like fucking. There are animals that like they evolve quicker than others. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I would probably have like evolution, like adapting to my surroundings. Like say, if I was like in a jungle, I would adapt to that environment, so I won't get fucked up by any like animals or deadly plants or some shit like that. Totally.
Only problem is like, how do you adapt to something inside of you?
What do you mean? Like adapt to something inside of me? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's how. I
think he's talking about like external forces.
For that, that's what I meant. Like those, from me being in those environments, my body would change both out like, externally and
an accelerated evolution.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Oh my god, dude! And plus, if like aliens came and invade the Earth, I'd evolve to space. That'd be fucking great, bro. For flood, I'd evolve to that environment. Giant tsunami, that'd just be that's just a great power all by itself, man. I don't even really want to delve into that. I'll write about that shit in my comics, though. I had to believe it.
All right. Anything else, Wicked?
My thing with the evolution thing is so, like, I saw back in the day, X-Men Flash. Well, that's what happened in Darwin.
It's me.
Orbital was just announcing himself.
See. But yeah, that's what happened with Darwin. What's his name? Shaw, I think it was.
Yeah, Sebastian Shaw.
He basically absorbed some energy from one of Havoc's fire beams, whatever.
And that's another.
Oh no! Don't explain that to him, Shift. You and I both know that there's BS when it comes to everything that scene had.
I'm saying like the X-Men movies are perfect.
No. Let Wicked finish, and we can destroy Bryan Singer and everything he believes in.
Okay.
Together.
I was just gonna say that, like, that's how Darwin dies, because basically Shaw used his own powers against him by putting one of Havoc's energy beams or whatever. Like, he absorbed it and reshaped it into like an energy orb, and basically shoved it down Darwin, and Darwin exploded. How do you get around that?
All right, so I'll explain this one for him, Shift. All right, so the thing about Darwin and the X-Men is also, put yourself on mute real quick.
Okay.
Thank you. The thing about Darwin from the X-Men is the movie really watered down his powers, like Shift was even talking about. Darwin is able to do more than just physically turn into like rocks and shit. He can turn into energy. At one point, like during World War Hulk, the Hulk jumped on the X-Men, and Darwin's evolution kicked in, and his evolution made him teleport. The evolution was like, you're not going to win this. If you fight Hulk, the only thing you can do to survive is not be here. So what they showed in the movie was like, well, I guess it also depends on like how far Shift is talking about. Like if Shift is talking about just reacting to his environment, then yeah. But if he's talking about like a laser beam is shooting him in the chest, then I can definitely see that there is some complications with it. If it's like just environmental evolution, because I don't think humans are meant to evolve to the point where we can like harness and manipulate energy at that type of extreme. Like we can barely take solar energy before we get cancer. You know what I'm saying?
I am.
Makes sense.
Oh hey, Apple Van Jack has just joined the party.
Hey.
Hey Van, it's going fine. How are you? Nice to hear from you
late.
again.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, you're fine. We're on the first topic about what powers we're having. We're currently discussing Shift's powers. He said he'd like to be able to evolve on powers. Wicked, did anything I say like explain any of the questions, or do you still have anything you want to like ask about?
That explains
Alright.
part.
All right, cool.
You just like take a moment to like realize how sexy Apple was. I feel like I said that.
Van's voice is naturally. Oh wait. Gold
Apple
is
does
laughing.
not look like someone with a deep fucking voice. He looks like a typical like weeaboo or some shit like that. Emo kid. It's just like his voice is deep. And...
To me, Van's voice is like is actually a little high pitched compared to some of the people I know.
Man, if you hit him in the right spot, it'll get a high pitch. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? But
Gold,
man,
we can't let them win. Gold, rub your body on my body.
Oh,
We can't we can't let Shift and Apple win.
Shaftle.
Chapel Van Shift, whatever. All right, so for me, I'll go. Of course, the power I would have was speed because that is. Oddly enough, I understand almost every other power to the extent that I know if I was able to get it, I would be able to harness and use it at a higher level. But I'm more comfortable with just speed because I know that with speed there is possibly no limit to where I could take that. Speed Force or not. So that's all I gotta say about that. It's like I kind of find the interest of being able to move from point A to point B in the shortest amount of time ever. That's my part.
I think that's a good choice.
Gold. Seeing as you have the most complicated power set of all of us, how about you tell us what powers you would choose? Mr. I'm the god of sun and my own mother. I don't know your origin, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I might change it up though at some point, but
I was born
pretty
normal.
much.
That's my origin.
Just an average kid on an average street.
I just got powers. No sun god of Ra, no shit like that.
We need more average kids.
We do. Anyway, sorry, Gold. Continue.
I'm using a lot.
So pretty much, I might actually do something like probably flight or invisibility on different levels of energy.
I like it. That's
Most
basic.
likely the invisibility thing.
I like it. That's basic. I hate asking this question when I was a younger kid. It's like, oh, what's your power, Billy? All the powers. That's my power. I can do everything.
Basic.
You're a very basic person, Billy. If you can like do what Gold did, Gold is like, I would like to fly. If you can go like, oh, not only do I fly, I can burst the sound barrier without even flying. Just moving, I'm able to do it. That's part of the ability with flight. If you can come up with shit like that, that is just beautiful. That is true putting your mind to your abilities. Apple Van Jack, you're last. Well, actually, Thorburn, you're next.
This is kind of difficult, but I'd like to pick something between being able to manipulate the mind or speed, personally. I like it.
So you're on the speed side. Huh.
Well, yeah, I'm the kind of guy who likes going out, having adventures and whatnot, so I don't like staying put in one spot. So I like being able to reach different places.
I think if that's the ability you want, I mean the goal you want to have adventures, I think mental would be more of your thing. It depends on how fast you want to do it. If you want to go like, I want to visit every place on Earth, and you have speed, it's just done. But if you have like the ability to mentally manipulate some grown man to leave his family and his wife behind to drive you around the world, then there you go.
Kind of like puppeteering is what I'm thinking about.
All right, Orbital, you're last. What power would you have, and how would you use them?
I would turn into any object.
Why?
I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed by this answer. It's like I see Orbital as a lamp, just the lamp.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, aliens are attacking. Where's the amazing changing kid? Why is my lamp not working?
I don't remember this
In
lamp.
the middle of the street.
What is this lamp in the middle of the street?
What is my power?
It's
I
me,
can
the
turn into
amazing
a car.
fucking light post in an alien invasion.
I can turn into a gun. I can turn
Megatron.
into
Oh wait, would you be able to
a
use
satellite.
Don't bring a gun to a lamppost
No, I
fight.
can't use it myself. I
It?
can't
Would
use
each
myself.
bullet be like an organ or some shit?
Just like, Orbital, your
Fuck
powers
you,
are,
my heart.
your powers annoy me, but they're the best. I can imagine that. Orbital, turn into a gun. Hold up, yo, I can hear myself.
Oh, excuse me. Let me mute myself and fix that.
Like, Orbital, turn into a gun.
Flops on the ground.
Exactly, it's like, can you shoot?
Yeah,
I
was like
can't
an
shoot or
ability-
anything because I can turn to a bullet.
Oh yeah, what happens to the what happens to the parts of you that breaks off?
I'm
He
just
just
There's just a random arm on the ground.
no.
Orbital, like, well,
gone until I turn back.
Yeah, no. What if he has to turn back? Do the pieces just like reassemble with him?
No,
or
I
not?
can't turn back to a human.
He a
oh,
transformer.
Nah,
he
he has
can't
to
turn back
collect all
into
his
a
pieces.
human.
transformer.
He has to collect all his pieces before he can come back together again.
Is that how it works,
That's
Orbital?
hilarious. That would be really annoying.
I can't turn back to a human.
Also,
I can't
so
turn to-
human is just like once you transform, it's like once I give up my
Gone.
form, it's done.
Yeah.
Wow, that is actually that's actually extreme. That's more than I thought it was gonna be.
Just think about it like this. What if you turn into something just glass? Man, like,
Wait, can
he
you
useful, but he turns into something glass and he just fucks himself in the process.
that is dark. Those like if I give up my form, I will never. So basically, you're a skinwalker, and I don't know. I don't think I want your powers now, Orbital. That sounds kind of harsh. I don't want to give up my human body.
If you want to be a creeper, though, that's a perfect, bro. That's perfect.
Yeah, if you want to be like weirdo or like the worst member of the Justice League, go for it.
That's why you pick puppeteering, man.
Exactly.
You don't gotta turn into a lamp to do all that creepy stuff.
You can just do it in front of them.
Experiences with their eyes with that shit.
Yeah, take off your clothes. I'm not in front of you. You don't have to be a lamp.
Like they're like taking a mad shit, and you're just experiencing that whole process. Just like, oh my god, you know, girl shit. That's fucking weird.
It's like, I didn't know this. This isn't what I wanted these powers for. I wanted adventure. Why are you in her room? Why doesn't she know this?
This is the adventure.
This is the adventure for me. Alright. So now we got that out of the way. The second topic. Creating origin stories. I don't fully understand the powers in general part shifts, so
Basically, like, I don't know what I meant either. I think it was just like in the moment throwing topics out there, to be honest with you. But I think I figured it out now that I'm on the spot. Like, say, creating an origin and having powers that kind of relate to that origin or something like that would contribute to that character's adventures. Like,
I already know Gold's origin. Just a
Right,
normal
just-
boy named Robert, born on a normal street in Kentucky. And then one day he just said, I want powers.
Oh, Kentucky.
And now he has powers.
That's a Kentucky.
I have crippling depression.
And I don't want crippling depression. It's done.
Power, crippling.
He becomes one of the colonels.
Oh no, not those. We're not bringing the colonels into this. We're not bringing them into this one.
I just watched the last podcast.
Hold up. Shift. What shift?
God. Dude, when you talked about Luna's address, your laugh, bro. Your fucking laugh. And then you're like, oh, Luna, you fucked up. Under your breath.
Talking about Van?
You're fucked, dude.
Shift, you talking about Van?
I'm talking about when we were talking about addresses or something like that.
Because remember, we talked about where Luna was working.
Oh yeah,
And I mentioned
she was
had,
foolish.
Yeah.
She should have never She should have never said that I work in a chain that's only like specific to this state. And it's like, all right, now I know where you live. Come on now.
She said there was like only a few too.
Exactly. That's what I was like. I can figure it out. You live near this. You work at this. I know where you are. I have a general
Probably
idea.
pinpoint exactly which one.
Exactly. Just call them up. But yeah. So origin stories and the powers based around them. Origin story wise, I don't like to talk about my origin for Blur. I talk about everyone else's, but like Blur's is kind of like private to me.
It's like your baby right there, you know. You wanna...
No, I abort my children, but this one is just sorry for the dark joke for anyone who's actually been in that position, you know. But doing it for the sake of comedy. I guess Shift, since you made the example, you should go first so we can follow your lead.
For which topic?
Creating origin stories / powers in general.
Oh, so I'm gonna create an origin story off the top of my head right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go get him.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little tidbit. You know, I've been watching a lot of cop shows. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking, you know, then this will kind of correlate with the next topic. Actually, a few topics down, really. But like, say I would. So there's a cop, right? Something really like Mitch Dunham or
Mitch.
Who the hell is Mitch Dunham?
Mitch Dunham.
Or Brad Deuce, and it's like spelled like Deuce.
I don't like. Wait, are you just making these names up?
Yeah.
I feel like I can see these people at the prep.
Top of my head, bro. I'm trying to share.
These are people you find at a preppy white school. It's like Brad Deuce. It's nice to see you today.
Brad Dingleberry, that's his name.
Damn it, Mitch.
Damn it, Nick.
Like he fucks someone in assignment.
Chadstopher.
Not to go in without backup.
Chadstopher, it's nice to see you. How are your grades doing? B's, or you can pay those to A's? Oh, you don't hang out with preppy white people? Never mind. Continue, Shift.
It's massa.
What?
I'll be a good nigga, massa.
Hey, just go with the topic.
So, there's a cop, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mitch. You know what I'm saying? Or Duche. Mitch Duche.
Yeah.
On the top.
Mitch Duche. It's French.
Well, this is not a serious origin, but like, say, okay, if I was gonna be serious, like, there's a detective, right? We're gonna say in
How old is he?
Yeah, he's old enough to be a detective. Like, how else?
Don't ask questions. Just let him finish the damn thing. We'll be here all night.
Fucking mortals. Anyways.
Save your questions till the end.
Cards. Shit, where was I? Oh, detective. So there's a detective, right? I'm gonna say he's in like Compton. Yeah, Compton. So he has like, we're gonna say he has like premonition type powers, like you guys know the power where like you touch something, you automatically know like the origin of that shit or something like that.
Wait, hold on a second. That was one of my powers for a moment.
Just go check out.
Okay, so
I'm gonna have to.
the thing. Okay, so on a serious note, like the thing with like this topic, I was thinking about like, what if we delve instead of like dealing with like, you know, say the JTs, we like going all out with all these different powers and shit. We make comics that are a little bit closer to ground, like you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, we have like some of those comics that are just like one shots sort of, but like, you know what I'm saying, Blair?
Yeah, I got you. Except for the part
like,
where you said closer to ground, I have no clue what the hell you're talking about there. You mean like realistic?
No. But kind of like
it means like more grounded.
Yeah, but that's realistic.
That was the word I meant. More grounded. Like for instance, Spider-Man's more grounded. Yeah, he's been in
like more street level stuff.
Yeah, so street level.
I was thinking, like again, like a cop. Like we have like a secret meta-human cop, because you know how.
You know how cops are.
Yeah. No, like people in general, like say they don't like humans. It's our nature. If we don't know something, we fear it. Mm-hmm. You know, so he says, say there's like meta-human hate or something like that on the, like that, you know. And he has. See, I was like for this type of thing, like I was debating, like say either have that power where you touch something, and you know, you automatically get like all the information of where that shit's been or who used it. Or just like having like a very grounded, like basic, like super strength, like say he can car level, like just through walls, like something really basic, you know. Like I create a lot of like outlandish, powerful ass characters and shit like that. But like there's some just like, all right, maybe I should chill out with this shit, create something
like clairvoyance.
No, he's talking. I think he's talking about like
basic.
He's talking about
Have
like
a basic power.
Dex and Morning Sparrow from the J.T. They're both weekend warriors because they are going to school. They do the normal stuff, but on the weekends they basically just run around Chicago and deal with small crap. It's like, oh, someone stole my phone. Done. Oh,
fuck,
my child's been kidnapped. Done. People like Superman will be like, oh, your child's been kidnapped? Let me look to my left. There he is. He's right over there.
I didn't know Compton was in Chicago.
No, you idiot. They're two different cities. Ew, why did you sound like that? I caught that. I was like, ugh.
Did anyone else get a chill down their spine when you're like Compton?
I just got annoyed by it. Bompton. But anywho. So
wow.
Wow.
I'm going to be honest with you. Does anyone else understand how this whole topic was supposed to work?
I was going to ask, what's the question for the topic? Because you just said we were doing origins, and I was like,
yeah, that was the question. It was like the origins we make in powers with it, and then I got like sidetracked.
Like really thinking about it now, I'm just saying like maybe like Blur, you have created comics where they're more like toned down, then you've had your more outlandish, like fucking all or nothing, everybody, all hands on deck, comics such as
someone dies.
Everybody dies. What the fuck you mean?
I try not to make anyone die due to the rule that if you die, you stay dead unless you can write 5 comics that lead up to how you come back. Because I freaking hated the whole, oh, Batman's dead. Oh, 3 weeks later, he's back. Like nothing happened.
You know what I hated about that? Motherfucker, everybody else who got hit with the Omega Beam disintegrated. Nah, this motherfucker just time traveled.
The one thing I don't like is like the question is like, oh, Batman's been dead. He's been taking care of his company. Well,
Okay.
Who takes care of the human side?
Explanation for that was like, he didn't get disintegrated because he's Batman,
Exactly. Like this whole. Sorry, we're going off topic, but just in case you guys haven't heard, there is this new story is Batman from other multiverse who now have superpowers to come fight the Justice League. It's basically
you mean like
it's basically
Dark Metal.
Yeah,
Batman
that shitty story
from like a dark multiverse who's like fused with different versions of the Justice League.
Which is this is literally just them going like Batman can be the Justice League now. It's like, really?
Yeah.
It's the universe where it goes
from
like
a creative standpoint, it just looks really dumb.
Exactly, like even from my standpoint, it's like it's the story. It's like the universe where everything bad that happens. So everything bad that happens only like helps Batman.
Basically, everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
And only for Batman will survive. Because, he's Batman.
I like the Bat shit. Instead of like...
I hate Batman. He's so old.
The Bat draining... I mean, I like that concept that the Bat is draining people's like spirits and stuff.
But it had to be fucking Batman.
From a creative standpoint, it does look utterly ridiculous. But it's like when you think about the characters, like themselves, that you realize there actually is a little bit of depth to them.
Oh yeah,
it's like
No, I want to see a new hero.
I want to see a hero with blonde hair and white skin and blue eyes who's not afraid to raise it. Yeah, Van knows where this is going. Who's not afraid to raise his hand and say "Heil" every once in a while.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. Marvel did it. Step up your game, DC. Marvel just got their entire comics run by a Nazi. What's good, homie? Step up.
All I have to say is one thing to that. I only have one thing to say to that.
Say it.
Earth X.
But you won't.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, no, they're pussyfooting it. You can't put it in your main universe. You're a bitch. So I gotta say that about Marvel. No offense, Marvel. No offense, Marvel. You're also little bitches because DC had the balls to actually have the superheroes like freaking kill each other. You have to do shot offs. You have to do Batman. I mean, Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. Freaking DC's like, they will kill the Marvel universe. I mean, DC universe.
I swear on everything, if I get one more Deadpool kills the Marvel fucking universe. I hate those.
No, there was actually a new story. It was very sad. It was Deadpool kills his loved ones.
Okay, that was interesting.
That was,
and it was sad
and
depressing, but it was still interesting.
Yeah,
because it was interesting for his character.
What were you saying, Shift?
Can we, for a split second, Deadpool? Since we're on the Deadpool topic, have you guys seen that comic book panel where it's like, yeah, he's like alone, right? He's like in front of a fireplace. He's like, yeah, I make people laugh and all like that.
Yeah.
But I can never feel happiness or some shit like that. Like, it's really depressing. Like,
I haven't seen it.
Hold on, I got.
Not shared.
I feel like we should just kind of leave it.
Just post the image in podcast, and we're gonna continue with the. I guess I'll just try to make this thing work. Creating origin stories. I'll just explain how I create origin stories if that helps in any way.
Let me clarify.
For me, the origin stories is I don't try to do the whole use somebody you know for an example. I try to create people I don't know, because if I use somebody I know, for some reason I'm going to start like using up actual facts about them, like their home address and their phone number and their email address and all that. So I can't really just take an idea from a person. I have to make it up on my own. Like right off the bat, I'm thinking about Alchem. Originally,
wait, you guys use other people?
No. Ooh.
Oh,
I just said why not. I'll give you a
personal information. I was just saying, like, I was wondering if the others did.
Oh, do you guys?
Do I use other people's characters?
No, do you use, like, other people for inspiration for a character?
Oh, yeah, honestly, Kid Shift, off the bat, I'm pretty sure you know.
I use our online personalities when we're just joking around. Sometimes, not all the time.
I use the different aspects of my personality.
I can't really ask.
I use my own.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can't ask Orbital because he doesn't write.
Yeah, I use aspects of myself into each character, like, say, or angry, assholey type character that jokes around but is really hurt on the inside. And then my, say, Stunteen is like my basically kid self, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like your parents were like, don't touch the stove. You touch the stove anyway because you're curious, you know? Just rush in without thinking shit through, you know? Like, that's hothead.
I get it.
Intended.
Blur is...
Yeah, each character I make is a piece of me to some degree, or a piece of someone I know. I use my own life as an inspiration to create my own character.
I like to think I make my characters off of different like bits and pieces of my personality.
All my characters are based off of Hugh Hefner.
Ghost is like my cocky / arrogant / somewhat goofy side, whereas Dasani is just like every part of me that loves the water. Like I'm drinking like 5 fucking bottles of water a day. And I'm like,
you better start doing
more. Like in real life, I'm like a lifeguard, and throughout high school, like I was on like 3 different swim teams. So that's that. And then Wicked is basic. Honestly, Wicked is like the part of me that y'all see the most. He's sort of like the advice giver, but he also has like severe anger issues, like with the whole demonic side thing and everything. But it's like he's really wise at such a young age, but at the same time he's also goofy as shit on occasion. So yeah.
I swear I just heard, like, I didn't want to say anything, but I swear you just said that Wicked is you, right? And you just called yourself wise.
Okay.
Be humble.
I know how that sounds. I am not wise at all at times, which I also failed to include just now in my little description of Wicked. But regardless, I've been called wise on multiple different occasions. I'm not like trying to pat myself on the back or anything like that.
Yes, you are.
Get out of here. You're trying to use the word precocious.
For Blur,
Blur
has literally been me from growth. Because I can go back in the comics and I go like, I'd make an example for something that happened in DC Universe Online, and I'd write it in. Is like when I got into a fight with Spark Hero. The reason he kind of stopped talking to me is because we were talking about like killing people. And then I wrote in the comments like, if you don't kill people, you're a pussy. And I look back then, I'm like, I was a youngin' back then. But now that I'm older, I'm like, let's not kill people. let's kind of let's take their legs off, but let's not murder them.
You're like, we don't have to kill everybody.
Shift kills, bro. Shift has no problem with killing if it's necessary.
Exactly, like, but I was talking about like straight up, like, hey, let's become the Punisher's fan club.
Back then, it was like, let's kill everybody. Now it's like, we don't gotta kill everybody.
But like, the main thing I noticed was like my anger from when I was younger is definitely noticeable in younger Blur. But like, as I've gotten older and I've seen that my character's gotten older, he's actually more. He's talkative, he's happy, he's making jokes, he's actually texting LOL, even though when I text LOL, I feel a part of my testicles shrink.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so no more LOLs.
Wow.
I know, right? I can feel
I've known you for 7 years now, and that's just fucking weird.
It is.
Every time you burst out laughing, I'm like, oh shit, is he serious?
But you know who I'm really interested in, who makes his characters? Gold, do you smoke meth? Is that how you make your characters? There's nobody in the world who acts like this. Who do you get this from? You sit in a cave and just orbital. Oh, that's good. Time to make characters.
He just sits there at his writing desk, just snoring the fuck out of it.
That's fucking hilarious.
So how do you make your characters, Gold? I'm curious now. Really
He's sober right now.
Like, I don't know. Give me a few minutes.
No, I'm just getting off the high.
I'm just getting off the high.
Bleeding.
But anyways, I write my characters. It usually varies from what I've kind of written. You know, like pretty much like Gold's origin, Lance's origin. And there was that one Valentine comic. Pretty much, Gold is kind of based off of me in a sense, in terms of personality, because it's like, you know, usually, even throughout my past, I was kind of silent as a person, you know, like, I didn't really talk much, you know, people would notice that, and also I was kind of deemed a bit more, I don't know, mature in a logical sense.
Okay.
At the same time, there's also this thing that kind of just, I don't know, drove me to, like, the supernatural aspects of, you know, certain things, like, hey, what is this? What is that? And it's kind of something that kind of caught my curiosity. And so I kind of blended that in, you know, also sort of religion as well. You know, Christian.
I got that. I can see that in a lot of your work.
It's just that there's certain, it's just that with that, I took certain aspects for myself. But with other characters such as Lance and stuff like that, sort of, it was like an interest in, like, you know, like when I was taking chemistry and stuff like that, it's like, what should I do? Like, I was going to take physics, but instead I'm taking chemistry. What if I do something about this? Then it's like, other than that, with other characters, other than that, it's, how do I explain it? It's like I just take like different environments and different like events and stuff like that maybe I've heard of. Neuer is pretty much just something based off of, like, you know, an interest for the old school stuff, though it's like the 70s and 90s and stuff like that, and he's like the 20s or whatnot. But, you know?
I got you.
Can we all just take the time to appreciate how professional his mic sounds?
Right? He's using a Logitech.
I swear to God.
You're using a Logitech mic? Are you using like the camcorder or an actual Logitech mic?
No, like headphone.
Oh, I'm using a
Goddamn.
Blue Snowball. But
I'm using a Turtle Beach.
So wait, what exactly are you all using? I'm using a $80 microphone. What are you guys using?
I'm using a $25 Turtle Beach with like the Avengers logos on the side.
So headphones.
You know what I'm using? I'm using my mind.
Orbital already has powers. What are you talking? Why are you answering questions then? What powers would you like to have other than my ability to talk on the internet with my mind? I'd like to turn into lamps on the street during alien invasions. You know, I'm the best Avenger there is. I was in Avengers, you know. I was the Rock. Not the big dude, like a little fallen piece of the Rock.
You guys remember all that rubble from, you know, that one part?
That was me.
It's me. That's all us.
That was my whole family.
That was very interesting, Gold. From what I see from you, as annoying and as headache as your material gives me, I do see a lot of religious, somewhat undertones, but not just Christianity, but other ones. All right. Did I ask Orbital a question? Wait, yeah, I asked him. What did he say? He said something disturbing.
Wait, what happened?
I asked you the question of how you create stuff, right?
Yeah, I just wing it.
Okay, cool.
Go off my style.
You guys are done. You want to continue with this topic or move to the next one?
Can move to the next one.
All right. So we can go back to characters. If we could go back to characters, what would we cut out if we had to pitch our ideas to DC Comics?
What would we what?
If we were pitching our characters to DC Comics, what would we cut out?
Don't start with me. I'm thinking about mine.
All right, Shift, you go.
Fuck.
Okay, Wicked, your go.
Honestly, nothing.
Mentioned this to you, Blur, before, and
Yes, I know what you're about to say. We've all mentioned.
Is it racism?
no, what? Fuck that. Okay. Let me ask this real quick. Like, if we were to do shit, like, because I know I have characters that are a little more blunt and straightforward.
Shift, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to do yours last because yours is a conversation starter in its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel.
All right, so Orbital, please, seriously, listen to me good. Yeah. Serious note, what would you take out if you had to pitch your idea to DC?
What I'll take out, I'll take out most of the heroes.
For yourself. He walks up with my comics and my work. I want to take these people out.
Oh, from Orbital's?
Yes.
From your ideas.
If you got nothing, that's fine.
No, I'll take Fun Fact. I'm not Orbital because Orbital is perfect. He's perfect. I'll take out his book.
Fun Fact's book?
Yeah.
I think your book would work.
Too confusing.
I still don't understand what his book is.
His book is basically capable of manipulating reality. And the thing I liked about Orbital is, I don't think you noticed this, but the fact that he gave the book to a child, and not many children actually, like, a book like that, you shouldn't be able to just write stuff in. Like, I don't think Orbital notices, but making the wielder of a book that powerful a child does put a limit on what he can do. Like, we were talking about this. The issue with Fun Fact's book, if Fun Fact was to write down, I want to kill Kid Shift, there's a high chance that he's going to kill every Kid Shift on Earth. Because, no offense, Shift, there's probably rappers out there like, my name is Shift. You know I'm whipped. You know I got this beard like a fucking whip. Yeah, like stuff like that.
So basically, it's Death Note rules.
Yeah. So he has to be, like, specific about it. It's just like Death Note. You can't just write someone's name down, like, the first part of the name.
Except this is about facts. It's not just
it's
killing
about
people
facts.
off.
It's like, so that's what I liked about Fun Fact. And I don't know, did you notice that?
Question.
Huh?
No question for Fun Fact. So, like, all the stuff you just said, I always thought that for Fun Fact's book, if you wrote something like, say, all water on Earth is lava now. Fun fact, all water on Earth is lava now. And it would become lava or some shit.
Yes.
But wouldn't everybody die?
That would become a fact.
Huh?
That would become a fact.
It doesn't. It's not like a fact, but it's like I said, the book itself manipulates reality. And the fact that he's called Fun Fact, it just works as a fact.
Okay.
Actually,
It's just a bonus.
Look, I wouldn't want him to be an alien or a time traveler.
I thought he was going to say something stupid like, actually, it's a tablet now.
Nah.
You can go get one at the iStore.
You got games on your tablet?
Because he's actually from another world.
I got you.
If you didn't read the bio.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make him a basic everyday kid?
Yeah.
He's already a basic everyday kid. He's already a time traveler. What are you talking about?
I don't know many kids that do that. I'm
Him.
sorry.
I'm talking to Orbital. I know a lot of kids that time travel.
I don't know about that.
All right, Orville. Thank you. Gold, you're up.
Shit.
Y'all just mad because y'all don't have a book.
I got a book. Orbital. I mean,
Nigga, I have demon claws.
I have a book that controls reality. I have claws. I'm this universe's version of Wolverine. But yeah, Gold, you go. What would you take out if you were pitching one of your characters to DC?
Well, one time for Lance, it was like the odd thing was like at first it was actually a lantern, but then it's like he went through some kind of accident, somebody stole a gun and then pretty much shot him with an atomic ray, and it basically just there's this device in this room that pretty much reassembled his atoms, but combined it with some kind of quark.
Jesus, this is complex.
Some kind of some kind of quantum mixture, something like that.
You can't even make the name. It's that complex.
So that he didn't only have power over molecular, over the molecular, but also like quantum. So he'd be able to see for instance, that area over there. Well, you can't see the area over here.
This is so convoluted.
That area over
here. Now this area.
This wall, which I'm pointing at.
Okay. So are you saying, like, Dr. Manhattan?
What Gold is saying is if you have whoever controls Gold's origin, I mean Lance's origin, is probably Einstein, and we need to find them. If they can make sense of any of this,
you gotta be Neil deGrasse Tyson to decode this.
Think of like okay, so the
Migos tell his origin.
Like
that way.
Think of sort of like a firestorm, Firestorm with probably Captain Atom.
Okay.
Who can pretty much see into the past, into the future.
Okay.
So I kind of toned that down. It's like
what would you cut out? Not tone down, just take out completely.
I'd probably just take out the quantum part.
Okay, cool.
Because that's a little idea.
So DC, I'd like to tell you about my origins with the help of the Migos. So you see that wall over there? That way. All right.
That way.
Wicked, you're up.
Take out your claws.
Nah. The claws stay. The demon claws stay. But no, in all seriousness, I really wouldn't take anything out except for maybe depowering him a little bit because he's OP as shit right now. Okay. He's immortal. I would make him vulnerable to something. I'm not entirely positive what.
Cardboard.
But right now he's damn near invulnerable. And it would honestly it would be something cheap. Yeah, it would be something cheap like cardboard or some shit because, for characters like Martian Manhunter and Superman, they're basically damn near all powerful except for those,
basic ass weaknesses. 1
or 2 weaknesses. Yeah. Martian Manhunter, nigga's more powerful than Superman, but he's, vulnerable to fire. So it's like...
In Orioles.
Thank you for realizing that. Fuck Superman, bro.
Actually, I think the reason people like Superman more is because he's white. I mean, he is the American symbol. When you look at Martian Manhunter, you think of more of China. When you look at Superman, you think of America.
I'm concerned that Superman might actually support Donald Trump.
I don't think he would. I think he would be like Superman. I'm I don't know, Jihad Ali from the Daily Planet. What is your thoughts on Donald Trump? Trump seems to be a capable leader, but I believe in the American people that they will make the right choice if their leader was to fail. Oh, look at that. A moon in another universe is breaking apart. I have nothing to do with that, but I'm just going to go deal with it real quick. See ya.
Reasonable.
Donald Trump will tweet about Superman not supporting.
Hold up. The second he flies away, and you heard...
I hear a cat in the tree.
Exactly. The second he flies away, and you heard it here, folks. Superman likes anal. Back to you, Chad.
God damn.
I look at on a real note though, honestly, I feel like I haven't really been up to date with Vertigo Comics, which is a publisher under DC. They handle all the God angels and all that shit.
By the way, we probably work under sorry to interrupt you, Shift, but we would probably work under Young Animals. It's a DC publication that is continuing from the old DC universe. So just saying that. Continue.
Okay. Well, since you deal with like all the angels and all that stuff, and I'm not sure what the hell they're doing right now with Vertigo. All I know is about Lucifer Morningstar and his character and all that stuff. So I feel like, honestly, if you were to pitch your idea to DC, it would get somewhere because it's your character's solid for the most part. It's just how his upbringing would be about, if you know what I mean, like how his origin.
I get what you're saying. DC, thankfully, DC has like their supernatural side a lot more than Marvel does, because Marvel done changed Mephisto. Like Mephisto and the Devil have switched places more times than I can count. And then I finally read a map of like Marvel's supernatural like multiverse or whatever the fuck. And then it turned out that there were like 300 rulers of hell or some shit. It's so convoluted, it's fucking ridiculous. I swear.
I think the main thing. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
But I'm just. I get what you're saying. I will eventually get the chance to look at the Lucifer Morningstar stuff, because his parents, the angel side of him is his father, who's supposed to be like a legendary angel warrior who fought during, the war back when, Satan split from, God or whatever, all of that.
You really have to read for Morningstar, bro. You really do.
I do.
Currently, they're just called Lucifer.
Well, no, he's called Lucifer Morningstar.
Like the book is called Lucifer. I'm looking at the website right now.
With that, right there, that's where they would probably strictly tell you to probably work on that. What Lucifer is in Vertigo, he's actually nothing like the devil. Like Christianity, the Christian faith. He's actually, an angel, dude. it's not all evil and shit like that. Yeah, he tortures, and but it's like it gives the devil a new look, because you know how everyone's like, the devil's evil, blame the devil for this and that. It gives the devil in a new light. I'm not saying for like if anyone's like religious or anything, justifying.
It didn't necessarily, but it did sort of bring down his reputation a bit. His dark and dangerous reputation. Or whatever.
Nothing serious.
Well, the one thing about it was, I noticed in Lucifer, there are angels that are more dangerous than him. Like the way he acts, he's aggressive, but he's pretty chill. He's like, I just want to sit here and drink mojitos. And then an angel will come down and go like, it's time I kill someone to get you off your ass.
Jesus.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah. So, we're not bashing religion for anyone who's listening. We're actually, Gold is our residential Christian.
But it's definitely a concept.
It's definitely a concept. There are multiple ideas. We don't know what life is after death, except for, everybody who keeps saying, I died once and I came back. Great. Good for you.
Cause see, that's
not a hallucination.
Hold up, it's Van's time to talk.
Van? See, that touches on a topic of one of my characters. One of my characters is supposed to be on the side of angels, but I have another character that's completely opposed to these angels because they're so radical about purifying humanity. So, like, you have this one side where it's like, okay, angels are good for us, and then you have the other side that's like, no, angels are trying to get us, to try to make a point that humans aren't pure, humans are horrible, humans need to be reformed, things like that. What? So I have these two characters that have to work together despite their differences on the subject. Because I have one character who has a Lovecraftian kind of thing to his origin, but his origin requires him to go against one of his teammates' beliefs, which is a very religious one. But yeah, pretty much it's something to bring up, I guess.
It is.
I don't know.
One thing I have to say is, after all these years, I'm thankful that we don't we've not. How can I say this? Wicked's character is the only one who has complicated our magic users when it comes to the dead worlds. We have two angelic beings, actual angelic beings. But they're not like born angel and demon. They were killed. One becomes an angel. One goes to hell and becomes a demon. Hell's Archer and Heaven's Archer. Shift, you know them. Gold, you know them. I don't know if
I know one.
Orbital knows them. I don't know if Van ever met them. I mean, you guys know Hell's, but
yeah.
The thing about
Just
it was
a couple of times.
Yeah, the thing about it, I try not to make their characters as religious. Like with Hell's Archer, it's really like he's not going to go around and start throwing up, the devil's.
Everything.
That's Heaven's. Hell's is not going to go around going like, yeah, he's not going to be like, he's not going to be like, rock music's awesome. He's not going to say stuff like that. But with Heaven's Archer, Heaven's is actually a pretty, and this is like what goes against what Van says. Heaven's is actually a pretty lenient dude when it comes to religion. Like he is and it brings up the questions like, why are there atheists? Wow, we really went off topic, but why are there atheist characters? Why are there characters with so many different religions in the DC universe, in Marvel universe, when there is an actual god of some sort within them? And that's what Heaven's Archer does.
See,
hold on. That's what Heaven's Archer does. Heaven's is just like, listen, one day you're going to understand the answers when it's time. Right now, I'm not going to question you. I'm not going to preach to you. It's just going to come to you. So that's the fact. When it happens, it happens. He's like, good luck, Blur. I already know where you're going, though, and it ain't fun.
See, the thing is with that question, why we have atheists still, is probably because, you see all these supernatural beings, all these meta-humans, and people with, like, incredible powers. You're questioning, often. You're like, what is a god?
Yeah, it's like to say, is the Spectre really the hand of God, or is he, like, a very old meta-human? Or magic user? It's like
that's just thinking from a
scientific question.
Like the actual hand of God. Well, I guess the presence.
Well, actually, that's the fun part.
It's this shit that confuses me.
Eclipso is actually the wrath of God. I don't remember what the Spectre is. I think the Spectre is like the vengeful hand or something.
Yeah, he's like the judge. He's the judge.
He's the judge.
Yeah, so it just makes you wonder. It's like, so then it's like, why are there's so many powerful creatures out there that it just makes you wonder. It's like, how far do you have to be an actual god?
God.
That's
man's a god.
Think about it, really. A lot of
you see, that's what
you can't kill him by normal means unless
Well, you can't kill Vandal Savage by normal means either, and he's nowhere near a god.
He's immortal.
Oh, he's just immortal. That's the thing.
Yeah,
immortal and godhood are two different things. You have to remember that. He just lives forever,
Then what is a god? If you can kill a god,
that's what I'm saying.
So
Kronos
like,
could kill a god.
Yeah,
or Kratos. I mean,
but it's like if you guys ever watch
Kratos
Supernatural,
was a god at one point.
Yeah, if you guys ever watch Supernatural,
fuck that whole series.
No. There's this one scene I remember. The Grim Reaper's like, I'm just gonna reap God one day. His time will come. He can die. Why does God not live? Why is he not immortal or it not immortal? But Vandal Savage
lives forever.
Yeah,
he just lives
until
you kill him.
See, none of this.
When it comes to religion,
really think about it.
Focus only on science.
Such a thing.
Yeah.
See, because that's why in my comics, like when my writing, whenever I want to bring up a religious topic, I don't say, "Oh God." I don't use the name God. I use it. I try to change the name. Like, for example, I don't say, "Oh, the devil." I say the All-Vile, or I'm trying to change the name for it, and I'm trying to like give, I guess, God a name, but I'm not trying to say God. How to explain it? Because I know that, like I said earlier, the subject of what is a god at this point, because I want there to be like dialogue where Jack says "my God." He doesn't say "oh God." He says "my God," or he's referring to his own beliefs, and he acknowledges that everybody's differently thinking. So he's just following the person that's influencing him, and I want to show that with like the array of different characters that I have, because I have a character that's who's a Reaper, but he's not entirely correlated with like religion. Have another one who's like the Lovecraftian being who's supernatural, who has to fight angels, but what is an angel as well, you know?
Yeah. So when it comes to religion and all that, comics are better off staying with science. The moment you start involving people with superpowers, the best title I will ever say that is an example of our conversation is Injustice, Gods Among Us. They're not gods. We know them as Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and all that. But they really are gods among us. Like, stand next to them. We are nothing. The moment they leave, if anything happens on that planet, the moment they leave, humanity can't handle it. But then
Batman can't handle it. For sure.
Batman stays back. He's like, I got this. Don't worry. But Darkseid on his way. Yeah, I got this. Then it's like they need to also
wait. Would you add Captain Atom into that lineup?
Captain Atom is God, in my opinion. He is only a couple powers away from being.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Kinetic Teen is based off of Captain Atom, and the one weakness I have is if this dude had omnipotence, he would be God. He doesn't know how to use all his powers, but if he had that ability, he would be God. There's no joke about it.
Makes sense.
But
Huh? But I was just gonna ask: is he immortal technically?
Who, Captain Atom?
Yeah.
It depends. There's some Injustice, he got his throat slashed and blew up. But in other stories, if he blows up, he's just energy. He can come back if you harness him and focus him into an area. And that's the idea is you can't really kill him. He just becomes energy.
And destroy energy.
Yeah. So it's
Firestorm.
Kind of gets a little existential when you think about it.
Yeah, so it's it's very. I've noticed this. It's very easy to call people a god. It's like, oh, you have superpowers and you're up there, you're a god. What defines you as a demon or a devil? No matter what, as powerful as evil as he is, Zod is considered a god, an angry god, but a god nonetheless. What would consider him a demon?
What you have done, your deeds, if you've done a fuck ton of bad things. I think a serial killer, if you say we know that hell and heaven don't exist, but we have all these stories of angels and demons. If there was a serial killer, we would probably label that person a demon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but again, from a world where murder is normal, there's a god. Again, they're just gods. Zod comes from Krypton. Krypton was once a warring race. So if Zod was to pop up, he would be a god. If Superman was to pop up, he would be viewed more as, I guess it's just on the species depiction of what good and evil is. Because if Superman was to go back in time and do that, he would be viewed more as the weaker, the lesser, the pariah, basically. While Zod would be Zod is destroying our enemies. He's lifting us up to new heights. He is God. Superman is keeping those guys alive. He's putting them in brick cages. He is weird.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So in that sense, how one might define it is in a sense of order and balance.
Yeah, pretty much.
So a demon would be particularly someone or something that creates chaos.
Yeah, and in that situation, Superman will be creating chaos. But then you have to look at Earth. Batman doesn't kill any of his villains. He just knocks them out, puts them in a cage, and then he comes back. What part of that? So it's really complicated to know what is defined as good, evil. What is a god? What is a demon? What is God? What is Satan? What is all of this stuff? Magic and religion is a very dangerous topic to put in comics, because not for the sense of affecting an individual, offending them, but in the sense of trying to explain it in the end. It's almost like asking that age-old question. Well, not age-old question, but asking the question, if Superman fought Dr. Fate, who would win? Superman is really weak against magic, and Dr. Fate is the Dr. Dre of magic. Superman.
I mean, Fate would win, right?
Superman is the Kid Pump, or whatever the hell you guys could call him, of magic.
Little
Pump. So there's no way Superman would last with Dr. Fate. But one good punch on Dr. Fate could take So it's just strength, religion, all that stuff. It's complicated, and it's hard to really put on a scale when it comes to comics. And I guess looking at it, because we're on Earth, the only species we know is us, and we think we know what good and bad is. We have an easy sense of direction with it. But if aliens come and they go like, oh, it's normal for us to behead our mothers, that's disturbing to us.
I guess it just depends on the followings.
Yeah.
Who's got your back, who's got their back, who believes what, you know?
Whew, this topic, I don't know where this topic came from. But,
I mean, we were talking about, what was it?
Origins.
Oh yeah, what would we
Oh
take
yeah, it was
out
Shift. Shift brought up Wicked's powers, and then it was just downhill from there. But I'm very glad we had this conversation. This is probably the most serious conversation.
Real deep.
Yes.
Wait, just to clarify this for a second, like just a small little detail.
It's fine.
Okay, so apparently, Eclipso was basically, the embodiment of God's wrath in the Old Testament and stuff like that. But apparently, something happened, and like Spectre, pretty much, he was one of the angels that fell, but came back up, but pretty much was seeking redemption. So, in order for him to redeem himself, he had to basically, I think he had to have his mind erased or something of the sort, or his memory removed, so he can become an agent of vengeance, basically, placing Eclipse. Apparently, because of this, Eclipse was basically his mortal enemy.
So it's a revenge thing.
It's not a revenge thing. From what Gold just said, the Spectre was an angel. He fell. He wanted to be redeemed, so Allah removed his memory and turned him into a weapon. That's what? Saying it like that just sounds horrible. It's like, oh, you want to redeem yourself, so let me remove your memory and turn you into a weapon.
Let's completely destroy the part that wanted to redeem himself.
Exactly, so let's take away what you... Hold up, Wicked, can you hear us? Probably not. So, yeah, he basically just took away the part that went like, oh, you want to redeem yourself? Why? Here's
Fuck
why.
that shit.
Exactly. Now why? I don't know, but I'm your servant forever.
That's just kind of fucked up.
Well, see, that's the thing though. Like based off of currently I'm reading some of the John Ostrander storyline for it, and apparently it's like he's ultimately supposed to fail in the mission of like trying to cleanse the world of evil and whatnot. But the whole point is for him to basically was this for Jim Parkin? Was pretty much for him to understand why humanity performs evil or something of the sort. If that makes sense.
Yeah, understand what you don't remember.
But their concept of it is a little different. It's more on the Catholic side like that. Pretty much there's the unavenged dead in limbo, and basically this is where the Spectre avenges basically the unavenged dead, and the human host is pretty much supposed to kind of narrow the judgment, but without the human host he's basically rampant. It's unguided judgment.
Also he's biased. Or prejudiced.
Oh yeah.
Not
yeah, the idea of the Spectre is he has a physical human host. He's basically the Ghost Rider without the Rider part.
So he just needs a piece of humanity to make him
because the Ghost Rider is inherently evil. He's the agent of vengeance. He'll go and he'll just beat the crap out of anyone.
Makes sense.
I mean, does that technically make him evil?
Not exactly.
Let me tell you this: if a dude with a flaming skull ran up on you and sent your girlfriend to hell, what would you claim him to be?
I would ask him.
She's an evil bitch. She's an evil bitch. She deserved it.
She gave me age.
She was
get
a
rid
thought.
of this too? No.
She was a thought.
For real.
Thank you,
Just
Ghost
saved
Rider.
you. It just saved you.
I am the spirit of dead thoughts.
Your soul is stained with the blood of the innocent.
Your soul, your soul is stained with the semen of other men. Hell.
Oh no.
Oh no. You're going straight to hell.
Oh no, my girlfriend just gone now. Okay.
Your body is stained with the seeds of other men.
Oh no.
Imagine that his human host is having sex with her and he's like, wait a minute, don't you have a husband? Yes. Uh-oh. Why?
Oh, no.
Your soul is tainted by my seed.
Be judged and executed.
Your soul is tainted by my seed. Here's $500 to get it dealt with. Don't come back. Alright, well, this was a very deep comment, deep conversation, deep everything. Orbital, you have anything to say? I know you've kind of been silent, but you have actually added some commentary to it.
They're plotting. He's plotting.
Orbital has, like, the Bible written with him. He's about to, like, spew some on this. Orbital?
He's got the book. He's about to change facts right now.
Well, as you know, fun
Man
fact.
came in like a preacher, well, as you know.
Yeah,
Fun
well,
fact
as
can
you
fuck up
know.
your guide. Fun fact can be your guide for like a second. So that's it.
God damn it, Orbital.
Honestly, no, he's not that far. Because an item turned a child into a god. So, nope. You know what? How far into this conversation are we? We are an hour and 10 minutes. We're not doing this. We're done with this conversation.
But see, I got one question real quick.
No, that's what Gold said. Gold said, I have one
supernatural
teeny tiny weeny question. That was 10 minutes ago.
Are supernatural characters vulnerable to reality-changing events?
Oh, damn.
From the sounds of it, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need.
Yeah, like, what do you mean, like, reality-changing events?
Are essentially like angels and demons vulnerable to the various crises and whatnot?
From what I've been seeing, for some strange reason, they are. Because they'll change, like, the world will change around them, and it's like, I'm a black guy now, but I remember every single thing that happened in the old life and this life.
Yeah, like Psycho Pirate, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Hawkman and Hawk whatever.
They actually don't remember the old
Okay.
52.
Wait, by Crisis, do you mean like Crisis on Infinite Earths or something like that?
Yeah, Crisis, Final Crisis, Identity Crisis, all of that.
They're not. Okay. So with how the DC multiverse works, or in general, heaven and hell, they're a separate reality. They're totally. Yeah, they're. Pull up the map in the chat.
I mean, I saw the map. I just wasn't sure, like, if they were still affected or not.
Christopher Morningstar, if you read his comics or whenever you looked him up, he or reality and shit like that. Because you know how the map, there's that white spot. There's the white on the outer rim of like everything. He's actually flown into that. He's actually helped create his own universe and stuff like that. Angels and demons, since I would hope you know, like, there are some angels that are just pure energy or something like that. They live outside.
Oh, that's complicated.
Yep. And
Yeah,
that's why we're going to stop this conversation.
Fun fact.
We need to go back to the topic.
Oh
my god.
No, Gold. You said that just to anger me, didn't you? I have a question. Does God have a dick?
Probably.
And if he does, how big is it? No, Gold. We're not answering this question. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure.
I mean, maybe.
No, there is no I mean. The next topic. Let's jump to it. Actually, this topic is something that Schiff said he would like to go into. I would like to really delve into branching out into maybe other genres of comics, or creating something that wouldn't be DC or Marvel based, independent, such as Valiant Comics or Image Comics, both comic series which are actually starting to fail. So Schiff, seen as you're the one who made that comment, go into it.
Didn't we talk about it last time?
No. We talked about like being independent, but like Shift wasn't there.
Music. You guys talked about music and stuff like.
No, wait, no. Shift, you did have something. What was the very first thing you started talking about when I was like, save this topic for the end because yours is a conversation.
I was gonna ask you for that because I have a stoner brain, bro. My memory's hot ass. But
it's fleeting.
Cut it out. Okay. Cutting out ideas like characters in the league, like
the Lanterns.
Yeah, would handle that. Like, yeah, we did, and like characters like Wonder with characters like I'm gonna say characters a lot. Are characters in the league that associate or have some connection with already existing DC characters or concepts, like such as Speed Force or not Amazon's
Amazonians.
Wonder Woman or anything related to like the Lanterns. Like, I feel like we would probably have to either cut that out
or like
redo it. Not redo it necessarily, like maybe little things like
not be a ring, not be green.
While sitting on the toilet, I'd actually discussed to myself this topic, and I must have figured out about 5 different ways to get around it. My favorite one was pitching this to DC. Is like, hey, you have an idea of characters that we'd like to talk to you about. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, this is a team of teenage heroes who don't give a fuck about people, so I guess you wouldn't even call them heroes. I'd call them rambunctious youth. And we want to do a little comic about them. It's like, okay, cool, sure. We'll give you like an option. You can, if you sell 100 comics issues this month, we'll think about it a little bit more. It's like, all right, cool. So like, what characters are you going to use? I'm going to use second and third characters. I'm not using the main characters. I don't need to grab like Blur and all that. I can use the main characters more as like hints and Easter eggs. It's like I'll drop in. Let's say, let me grab some people from the chat real quick. Who would I do? I could drop in Orbital Spirit, Bronze Cub, Hell's Archer, probably Sparky Arrow, and Apple Van Jack. Let's say we do that. Pop them in. They do a little comic. It's like, oh wow, Sparky, you're a really good leader of the Justice Team. It's like, oh, I'm not the leader. The leader is some speedster dude. Done. Yeah. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, so there's actual other people in this group. Sparky's just controlling that's 6 people in the team.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You would use like
that could be like a big screen.
I don't know, like some sort of like Suicide Squad.
Like list characters in the league, like not necessarily the main powerhouses or anything. You would slowly
like the Defenders.
Yeah.
I reintroduce them, you know? Like we know as the creators, we know they exist. We'll drop hints and stuff like that. But as a reader, they don't know they exist. They're gonna start questioning who is Kid Blur or who is.
Hey, you guys still got that green dude who turns into animals? Oh yeah, Beast Boy? No, the other one. Oh yeah, he's still on our team too.
Not Beast Boy, you son of a bitch, or some shit like. He's nothing like Beast Boy, you fag.
He's like, hey, you still got that little chick from the other planet, the one that controls fires? Oh yeah, she's cool. She's up on no, Luna Ember. Like, no, she's cool. She's up. She's being lazy and shit, making memes. Being a public menace.
She's playing D&D.
She's playing D&D. She's being a public menace. Just like don't throw in the entire league because we have 127 characters. I want to say.
Good fucking god.
That's just for the Justice teams, and Jesus, I have a whole bunch more for the Academy and the Injustice teams.
Like over 400 or 300 or something like that.
There's an academy?
Yes, there's an academy. Let me tell you about Shepherd's Academy of Mastery and Learning, also known as MAL. No. Shepherd's Academy of Mastery and Learning is a Star Labs-based project funded solely by Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman, to take in the uncredited youth of meta-human... Wait, why am I explaining this to you in the fucking podcast? No, you guys are going to steal my ideas. Fuck you, YouTube.
What I'm hearing is...
That's why I was trying to delve into...
You made a superpowered school for gifted meta-humans.
No, they're just retarded. They're mainly characters I can't use. It's like one of them is able to change her eye colors, and I'm like, I can't do anything with her. Throw her into that place. If I need you, I'll come and get you.
The eye scan thing, sticking bases, you can change her eyes.
Yeah, okay, it's mainly just a bunch of characters that the idea is people who don't have abilities that are relatively useful. You know what I mean?
So turn into objects. You'll be in there.
But like for my own character, I think I'd probably.
I didn't even get to mine.
I know, right? We didn't even get to fucking Apple. I just realized. I was thinking that as I was like listening to you guys.
Wait, what was Van cut out? Van's character is pretty straightforward. He's very safe.
The only thing I'd probably get rid of if I had to pick one thing is just
patch.
No.
No, I want to be one.
The eye patch makes him unique from all my other generic characters.
It doesn't. His eye is good. It's just like he wants the eye patch. Is like I want to feel different. It's like, but you need to shoot. Oh well.
It's Teen X. No, I'd have to get rid of fucking Harvey, the little assistant robot.
Little robot, yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got a little assistant robot.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing.
Hate on AR,
Because the thing is, I was gonna make him a little special, just make him like a little AI, but in the embodiment of a little teddy bear, you know, an animatronic teddy bear.
An animatronic teddy bear that eats children.
Pretty?
An animatronic teddy bear that eats children and is haunted. An animatronic teddy bear that is overly freaking complicated. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, see, that's probably why I scrapped him. Got me stuttering thinking about it.
But yeah, like, I only allowed one robot, and it's Chad. Sparky Arrow made him, like, in 2012, and I was like, I didn't like the idea, but I was like, whatever. Might as well. I don't remember what Chad stands for. But, let me tell you, Sparky Arrow, he created an arrow that shoots a nuclear laser beam from Skyfront down, so Chad probably means something bad. He also named the arrow Nimrod, which is an acronym as well. So Chad probably means child, cock, how, anal, dick. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We're trying, and that's what counts.
We're trying, folks. We're special, but we're trying. But yeah, so Harvey, so Van would cut out Harvey. Wicked would cut out his strength. Well, we can lessen it. Gold would cut out his quantum. Shift would cut out the weed. Orbital would...
Buzz! Nope, wrong.
Orbital would cut out Fun Facts book. I haven't even said what I would cut out, so me and Van are both left behind.
What would I cut out? For Shift, anyway, like the other characters are pretty simple, you know.
You'd cut out your origin with you being green skin. Because that's how you started out.
That, and then maybe, like, the fear empowerment, like, that whole red shit. But the thing with that, I would, like, instead of turning my skin red or some shit like that, it'd just be the eyes, the whole thing. And instead of it being, like, an overpowered, like, from, like, fuck ton of time ago, it would be, like, some type of, it relates to, like, evolution of some sort. Well, more well-grounded.
I thought you would have said you would have fixed your origin, because if I'm right, you have a brother.
Yes, there is a brother.
But yes, I do. I forgot about him. You're right.
I'm working on like the origin part, because there is a huge time gap. Like, joins the league, he's legit fucking like 8 or...
Yeah, I just want
to... I have to push back the day he was born.
I just want to add this fact. There was a scene that Frost had written about Shift. Shift was probably like 6 years old, holding a teddy bear, walking up to Frost, going like, "I'm scared." Let me tell you, Shift is older than Frost in the comics, so I don't know what universe he was writing. This was when Frost couldn't write.
I swear to God, I'm gonna strangle him.
You remember the comic?
I remember something about it. I don't remember it. I remember some bullshit like that.
Yeah, that was the best.
Fucking Snowflake.
You damn Snowflake.
God damn it.
Frost.
I'm just picturing it.
But for me, I think the only thing...
time travel story or something?
I don't know. It was literally... I was like, oh, Shift is... He has no memory, and he's new to the team. And Frost was like, alright, underage and a child. Got it. So for Blur, there's really nothing I would cut out. If I was pitching it to DC, I would hide the Speed Force thing. I wouldn't like say it as like, oh, I am a speedster, because Blur is actually just a speedster, and then he's granted with the extra Speed Force power. So if the Speed Force was to die, Blur would just be a speedster who can only run up to Mach 2. So it was really not that much of a change for him.
Alright.
Just so you know, you're not able to steal our stuff. We've already written down, we've set up the copyright laws. If you try to take anything, we will take you to court, and we will most likely lose. I mean, win.
Take your cheeks in prison.
Well,
why would Shift?
Whoa.
No, Shift's got the right to do. We gotta scare him off. Booga booga booga.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm serious.
When you're in prison.
See, Shift will actually take your cheeks, so...
Like the actual cheeks on your face. He's a cannibal. He likes to eat.
Your ass. I'll just go fucking full force, man. Just...
Alright, guys. Sounds like I gotta take one for the team.
What the fuck?
Yo.
LA, right? I have to take that.
I'll take that L. Always.
I can take an L.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Shut up, man. That's still fun. That's still funny. I saved that. That's not my ringtone.
Oh my god.
I've been cheeks since '99.
Just hear your phone buzz. Just hear me say.
Oh.
You just hear your phone buzz. It's
because the funny thing, the idea was we were talking about it, and it was like Van was like, if I ever get stuck, I have to like grass my ass. I'll take one for the team because I ain't got no. And the thing was, he said always, which was what got me. I was thinking to myself, Van is a 53-year-old millionaire. It's like, well, I could give you money, but put it in me.
You gotta take one for the team always. Put me in, coach.
I'm gonna write a comic about that. It's like we're about to get arrested. It's like I think the cop is gay, Van. I got this.
Definitely going to the Lost comic.
He walks back.
Definitely going to Lost.
Put me in, coach.
No, he's not. Put me in, coach. I got this. I'll take this ass. But let's see. Branching into more genres. For me personally, I think I've already done that enough. With the comics, I try not to just branch into action. I think I've done one horror story.
Got the music.
Yeah, the Ode to the Living. I've done the sad stories. I've done the love story, which was actually pretty sweet. With I don't know. Really, the world is so wide. We can just add any genre we want. Like Van's genre is actually a lot more dramatic than anyone else's I've seen.
Is it?
He's an opera singer.
Yeah, like every time I read Van stuff, I just imagine it's all in red. It's all black and white, and he has like a red colored rose on his shirt, and it's just like some Sin City little stuff. Yes, I'm on Sin City. That's what I get when I read your stuff. That's the tone that you set for everything.
I like that comic. Perfect. I'll take it.
Always. Anywho.
Always.
So. All right. So, I have no idea where that comes from because I was just pulling that one out of my ass because I was taking this question in my own light. So, does anyone else have anything to say? Like, shift?
I think what I meant by that, because then again, when you said we don't have topics to talk about, I was trying to rushing all these out. Like first thing popped in my head, I wrote all this down in the chat. But I think what I meant by that is like, how do I do this? Like maybe not like just team based like characters, like more like we create like adult characters. I know we already have some, but like say.
That's why I like the future comics because everyone's an adult at that point.
I can't wait for those. I really can't.
Do more stuff.
I was serious about that comic.
There are so many limitations to being youthful.
There is. Like having sex scenes. I always get frowned upon on that one.
We always try to get some drinking scenes in there. Never can.
We can, but that's like Party Boy's situation. Just so you know,
Jack wouldn't fit in though.
Party Boy is
situations.
Like one of the most ridiculous characters I think I ever created. I'm sorry I'm going off topic shift, but I just have to talk about Party Boy. Party Boy's ability is to basically make your heart explode by making you party too much.
What the fuck?
Like his whole goal, he works on Skyfront. He takes care of the club area where we all dance. But his abilities automatically like his abilities,
he can kill you.
Yeah, if he his abilities are basically to send your heart pumping, so you're like, wow, I'm so excited. It feels like my heart's about to beat out my chest, and there it goes.
I like how he just like assumes that that's what someone's automatically thinking.
Oh, and there it goes.
I've been in a lot of situations where this happens.
I'm so pumped. Yo, what the fuck is my heart right there in front of my...
Like, yo, what is my heart rate?
My heart rate's really racing right now.
Exactly. At one point, it's just like, it's a good thing we're all gods and we don't have hearts. Woo! Let's keep going at it.
This isn't This isn't weed blur.
This isn't weed blur. It's crack. What?
I'm still contemplating of having a comic where I have Shift smoke out the whole league.
No, thank you.
That wouldn't work at all. You can go do that on another comic. Post one on like 420 and do it off somewhere else.
I'm high. I come up with different strains for how would work with each character. I promise you, I could get a speedster high blur.
You, not me.
A lot of cushes. Has Zeus on his ass.
Fuck's a runner high.
Wait, a runner's high is basically the same thing that Party Boy gives you. It's where you start running and you're like, wow, you gotta take in the so this is just a dark type of theory for everyone who's listening, and if you're still listening, like, good God, what do you do with your life? We are an hour and 31 minutes in. What are you doing? Are you enjoying our voices? Gold.
We love you. You guys are never getting this time back.
You've wasted an hour and 30. Who knows how long this is gonna go?
Guys, I really needed this. I really have crippling depression.
That's just.
It's alright, Shifts. We all do here.
Orbital does. Orbital. I don't know. You know what? No, I don't want to go into Orbital again. Orbital is magic to me. He doesn't have a job, or he does. He doesn't go to school, or he does. I don't know what he does. For some reason, he's always able to buy stuff.
You do know this, though. He's on SoundCloud.
Yeah, he's also on SoundCloud, so Orbital's magic to me, so I don't want to question. I don't want to destroy that magic.
He's a mystical creature.
We can't debunk it. It's too pure.
And if we even ask, I don't think we believe his response. Orbital, how do you make your money? It's like, I'm actually related to Obama. Please. You don't see the similarities in our lips?
Oh no.
I love Van's response. Oh no.
Oh no.
I can't speak too much.
I say something like Darkseid attacks the real world. Well, it's time to die. I say something about Orbital's lips. Oh no.
I'm just a pale boy.
I'm just a pale little boy.
I can't say much.
Who speaks Spanish and is Spanish.
I'm Hispanic.
I'm Hispanic.
I know it's off topic, but like, is it sad that I'm already at the point in my life that if death is knocking at my door, I would go.
Listen, mate, we've all been there before.
I think we all actually have.
Not on this podcast. No.
Not here. Not
later. Here.
Just saying.
Well, so like, I won't end myself, but
Shift. Not no. He's like, I won't end myself, but I'll put a black hoodie on and walk into a school and see how long it takes them to end me. All right, so let's see what else.
I'd smoke out death.
What was? Let's see. Where do we go wrong? Where do we go wrong here?
Magic.
It was all going so right. What happened?
Let's see. We were talking about. Let's go back then. All right. So Shift was talking about this. Nah, you're good. Shift was going about this, and then something, and I was talking about Party Boy, and I interrupted Shift when he was talking about something.
We derailed.
Yeah. Who's eating dinner?
Oh no.
How dare you think this is the time to eat?
God damn it, Gold.
That's not Gold.
Who is that? That's Apple?
Yes.
I thought we were all saying grace.
What?
Blur.
You missed the religious talk for that. What's up?
You're gonna have to label this podcast "Guys Night," definitely.
I miss Luna. We need more females.
Nothing but sausage here.
No, it's Guys Night.
By the way, what's up with Savannah right now?
Oh, she hasn't responded. I don't text her.
She's just gone.
I doubt she ever listens to these, so I can say whatever I want to say about her, but I'm not going to.
Forehead though, it's like a.
Who do you know for sure listens to them though?
Huh?
Who do you know for sure that listens to them?
An actual musician, Vagenda. By the way, Vagenda, if you're listening to this, hi Vagenda. It's nice to see you. It's nice to know that you're supporting us and you are still listening. That's amazing. Vagenda is. You can go look her up on our website. She's very talented.
Hi.
Hello. What is it, Vagenda?
Hello?
Van.
Hi.
Van.
What?
Stop making that noise.
Hi.
Who said that? I thought that was like a whole
It's
new
banned.
person. And like, what the fuck? Who is that?
Hello? I was so confused.
That's my real voice, guys.
That's my real.
It's the white boy trying to come out.
I'm sorry.
I watch whenever we do these podcasts. I watch our bubbles so I can see who's talking.
Oh no!
So that's how I knew it was Van. I was like, Van, stop.
Actually, on my screen, Gold's and Apple's bubble thing doesn't pop up.
Really? Huh. Well, I guess I'm the only person that matters for them.
Be bumping into shit.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to skip that topic because we completely forgot what we were talking about. Gold, my sexy piece of European chocolate, my Polish Danish cream-filled pie.
Wow.
What do you have on your mind? Do you have any
He's
topics?
trying to one up me and he's trying to one up me and Shift.
What? No. No.
No one can one up that. I'm gonna body them sheets now.
Goddamn.
Anyways, Gold, what do you have? Do you have anything on your mind? Do you have any topics?
Or he's gonna be like,
hold up, Gold's talking, and Gold talks very low. Continue, Gold.
Like, when was this confirmed? Like,
when was what confirmed?
Never mind.
Nobody made any okay.
I'm so confused.
hey man, there's
like, Gold, do you have any ideas, any thoughts, any topics you want to bring up? I noticed you've been very quiet.
What kid has no counselors?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, in terms of topics, I don't know.
He's lost. He's in limbo right now.
I feel like he's been following us, but he's just been like listening more than anything else.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's see. What else do we have on the list?
Zach Kermit, I hear.
Good to talk about. I need to get my homework done class tomorrow, though. So.
It's alright, Shift.
Alright, yeah, it's fine. We're almost done here. Seeing as we've completely gone over the creative thoughts and processes of our topics, I guess I have only one topic to say.
You know, the comics need a reject team.
They do have
of rejects.
Fucker.
I think we have one of those.
Do we?
Lost.
Yes.
Lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was talking about someone else. Never mind. I was talking about the actual rejected people.
Oh, thanks, asshole.
Do we have some of those?
You do, and they're in the MAL. I will explain the MAL to Wicked once this is over, so no one takes the idea. But let's see. My only topic is
yes.
Like he's got quiet. Blur.
I just wanted to see what you guys do with silence. I'm sorry.
We're going nuts, dude. What the fuck?
We need your voice, your guidance. Have you guys seen the Red Dead Redemption 2 game trailer?
Yeah, wasn't I posted it?
I seen it.
I
thought it was interesting.
Hey! Guy who's texting. Have you seen the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer?
Yeah, I have.
Jovi is so late.
Night shift. But yeah, the game. I'm curious.
Good night. I'm saying guys night.
Oh, I read good night.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
Anyways, but yeah, I like the trailer. Is the game based a prequel to Red Dead Redemption 2? I mean 1. Because in the end he goes like, I've got your back, Dutch. And Dutch is a character from the first game.
Didn't Dutch die?
Yeah, he died in the first game though. So that's why I'm asking, is this a prequel?
I mean,
online sucked ass. It's cancer.
Actually, it's a whole new universe.
Shut up, over there.
I remember that.
I'm gonna go look this up myself.
I feel like he's joking about that whole Central 5 Agents of Mayhem thing.
Who?
Orbital.
What Snapchat
when I did that?
Cause alright, so everybody originally thought Agents of Mayhem was Central 5, and then we're like, nope.
No, yeah, it's not.
Like, you thought.
Definitely fucking not.
Yeah.
But it's in the same universe.
It's just the lazy version of Saints Row.
It's like a spin-off, I guess.
It is a spin-off. Literally, the first mission of the game was called Operation Spinoff.
Yeah.
I didn't play it, so I mean, I don't know.
And especially since in the 4th Saints Row, the Earth was destroyed, so I don't see where they could be doing this.
No, yeah.
Saints Row.
Fuck them games. I hate Saints Row.
Saints Row 1 and 2 were beautiful.
Saints Row 2 was the shit, bro.
3 went downhill. I don't know what happened.
It's too out there.
I mean, Volition bought it after Saints Row 2.
Like, the thing was, Saints Row 1 was supposed to end so different. Wow, we just got on Saints Row. I remember there was, like, not a deleted scene, but the animators were so lazy that they didn't put in a scene where Julius got jumped in a alleyway during the time you died. So Julius wasn't the dude who was supposed to kill you. And Dex was supposed to be the dude. Or something like that. And the animator was just like, they were like, we don't feel like doing this, so we're just going to do this and change up the whole series.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it still worked out in the end, because in Saints Row 2, you know, it was those DLC missions where it was like, yeah.
But Dex is still alive, kind of. Not the shitty thing, he died because aliens destroyed the world, and then you beat him as Johnny Gat.
He lived as a security guard in Saints Row 2, though, so it was like Julius sold you out, Dex basically deserted, Troy turned out to be a fucking cop.
Yeah, Julius... Okay, Dex started it. Dex came to Julius. No, fuck. Okay, Troy was a cop. Julius was looking at it like the Saints aren't really doing anything. They've just become a gang. Dex must have given him the way out, and they sold out the player.
Yeah.
And
Lynn died.
Just about games.
R.I.P. Lynn. R.I.P. Carlos.
Now it's all about this superpower shit and alternate reality and fuck that.
Exactly. I mean, aliens.
Aliens and shit.
I mean, after the third game.
Okay, yeah, I just checked it up. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah,
an alternate dimension.
No, I'm looking it up right now. I'm looking on IGN.
But yeah, I just... Honestly, I wouldn't mind a Saints Row 5 if they did it right, and... They have the opportunity to reboot the series properly.
It's gone.
The only thing that could save them is if a very handsome young blonde white kid with super speed ran through and just decided to go like, we Saints Row leader, we need to go back in time and undo all the fuckery.
Recruit the real Saints.
Exactly. Let's get all the Saints.
The Justice Team.
You know what? No, I don't want to do that because knowing them, they'll probably like send Blur and the leader of the Saints back in time, hang out with the cavemen Saints. Hang out with the Knights of Templar Saints Row. Just, nah.
God damn.
That's what they should do, man.
See, that's a sad thing. They actually would do that. I can see them doing that shit.
So let's not touch time travel. Never mind. It's like, we could fix the series.
Like,
or...
Motherfucker.
Hello? Okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
I got a game pitch for y'all.
Okay.
Alright.
Y'all know Capcom versus Marvel?
Yeah.
JT need that.
I'd rather... Wait, JT versus
fighting
someone
game.
Or like Injustice?
No, just
fighting?
Justice Team Civil War? The game?
The game?
No, nigga. No.
What is he talking about? So wait,
exactly.
You can't fight other Justice Teams. That's not allowed.
I mean, we can. We can. Yeah.
But it's
not
why are you saying
no? You're pitching it. Throw me the plot. Throw me the plot.
Okay.
What's the plot?
Okay, so the Injustice Team, they snuck into the Justice Teams, and they mind controlled some of the Justice Team. They brought them back out, so now they're evil, and we try to fight them.
I'd rather just do an Earth 3 story then.
I'm saying, like, you might as well just have us fight the Injustice Team and just make the variations of the Justice Teams look like the Justice Teams.
Yeah. This was a little too complicated. It was like the Injustice Teams sneak into the Justice Teams.
Yeah.
And then mind control
them little bitches. And they...
I like how you said them little bitches like he want one of them.
Like, I am Jalid Al-Kalani with Daily News. This is Orbital. Oh wait, Orbital can't speak. This is Fun Fact with the Justice Teams. So, Fun Fact, tell me what do you think of the Justice Teams? All of them are little bitches. Every single one of their members. Aren't you a member?
Aren't you one? Yeah, aren't you a member?
I'm a reserve member. They only need me when things go really wrong.
Again,
See, this is where we could probably take a little lore from Overwatch. have like.
Oh my god.
Well,
Get that shit out of here.
I just realized since
Halo movement and everything.
Hold up, I want to hear what Wicked has to say.
I was just saying, like, I just realized since Fun Fact had basically that whole reality altering book of everything, I'm perfectly fine as a character. Like, I don't have any weaknesses or anything.
All right, I'm gonna throw you a game pitch then. All right, you guys played Marvel Ultimate Alliance, right?
Oh,
yeah.
All right, throw that.
Loved it.
Just switch it with the Justice teams. That's
Fuck
it.
that game is lame.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'd be down with it.
I feel like we could have,
but more costumes.
We could have
for the
better
characters.
gameplay though.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like like we've already. I think DC Universe Online is the best example. Too much freedom is a bad thing. I do like the combo powers of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
So if we could make this work. 137.
The story of Injustice 2 with the gameplay of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, or just one of those 4-player games. Because I really want to do that. I want to explore Skyfront, and then go to Frostine, who of course is voice acted by a white guy. Honestly though, like be honest. Does anyone else hear Frost being black or white in the comics?
No.
I hear him being black. I mean white.
I genuinely don't know.
Like one day you'll read a comic and you'll be like, huh, yeah, I can see that Frost is not white. I mean black.
I'm gonna call him on Snapchat right now so I can hear his voice. I can't think of it.
Gold, what do you think? What do you think Frost is in your head? What does he sound like to you? I laugh if Gold said a cracker.
Probably a mix.
Okay.
A mix.
Mix.
He tries to get out of these so bad though. Do you notice that he tries to find the middle ground? He's like, are my tits too big or too small? Well,
he's always trying to be in that gray area so no one bothers him.
Your tits are perfect enough. Thanks, Robert. You're the best.
He's probably just.
If only I could date a guy like you. Bitch, I'm right here. What are you talking about?
But I am a guy like me.
Exactly, I am that guy. What are you talking about? No, you're just a friend.
Hey, yo, that's that nut shit.
Welcome to the second half of the Justice Team podcast. We're just going to talk about team life.
Where we're trying to break through the friend zone.
Funny thing is,
bro,
actually,
we don't need to talk about
no, hold up. Does anyone else hear Gold's voice raising?
Funny thing is,
keep going, Gold.
Funny thing is, I'm actually in that kind of situation here.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh, man,
I'm sorry, I stole that from Van.
My condolences.
I feel your pain.
We all do, except for Orbital, because Orbital doesn't date.
I listen to Frost's voice right now. Hold on.
Wait, do we have to hold on, or like, do you have to go on mute? Because I want to hear.
No.
Oh no! Keep going, Gold. Tell us as much as you can, or you feel comfortable.
So, how do I say it? Okay, so I have this friend, basically.
Oh, that's great.
This friend.
So,
is it a guy or
thinking
girl?
Over here. Girl.
Okay.
Okay, I'm pretty much thinking over here. Like, hey, I like this person over here. You know?
You.
That shit again. Over here.
The guy Cootie is my guy.
Over there. I like this person over there.
Over there.
They're over there. You know, they don't know I'm looking, but they're over there.
Continue, Gold. Sorry.
They're over there. Pretty much. How do I explain this? So, yeah, we get closer and closer as friends. Then it's like it's like you have that idea. It's like, okay, so pretty much hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, I pay for whenever we go out.
Oh no.
Pretty much, it seems like a date or something like that.
Oh no! You hear the expense?
Like a date,
pretty much.
It seems like a date. And then it's like,
bro,
hey, shut your ass up.
And then it's like, at the end of the day, I don't even say anything, and it's like, pretty much, we just get into this conversation, and she's talking about, I'm not trying to get into a relationship with anyone or anything right now, because it's like, and it's like, the worst part, no, see, I can handle that, but the worst part is like, because things change, right? But the worst part is, it's like, she calls me friend. that just kills everything. Like,
Oh, that's
that one moment.
But no, you have to look at it.
That perfect moment. Before you even say anything, it's like, oh, later, friend.
Oh!
No, I get it.
She didn't just go like, Gold, you're a friend. She just, later,
You
friend.
didn't get the chance to. Oh no.
See, you
She didn't stop with your name. She said, later, friend.
See, that's it's cool to be friends, but yeah, it's like.
I have to say, though, like, you
have
are.
to, like.
Sorry, Gold. I'm sorry, Van. Keep going.
No, it's like. Well, yeah, you gotta. He understands to respect their feelings, but it's like when they say friend or when they add that extra emphasis on like a term, it always kills it for some reason. It always makes it seem like you're not a friend. You're always somewhere else, like in limbo.
Yeah,
like
for some reason I was gonna say that to Gold. I was gonna say, Gold, at least she called you a friend, but like I don't know why, but for some reason girls like to add the emphasis on, hey there, friend. How are you, friend? This is that's my best friend. That's my best friend. It's like, oh my god.
It's because they want to make sure you know your PlayStation.
You know your
know your place.
She holds you by your arms and looks you in your eye. Friend.
She was like, "You got it. We're just friends."
And then she'll send you a pic. Does my butt look big in this dress? Bitch, get off my phone. I didn't.
Thanks, you're a great friend. They always add it like in the unnecessarily too. They're always like, "You're always a great friend." It's like you didn't need to tell me that.
Hey, have you guys met my friend, Robert?
And I'm looking like
friend.
Like, bro.
Oh, he said a black word.
It's cool if they say best friend though.
He said, bruh.
Like if you're close, it's best friend. It's alright.
No,
says,
time out. Did Gold just say bruh?
Yeah, I told you.
Why are you so surprised?
Because when we don't expect you to be black.
You're way too professional and formal.
Yeah, like that's why I gave off my professionalism to you so I could be more outgoing. When you say bruh, I have to step back and start talking to these people like, animals.
It's like the first time you hear your teacher curse, sort of like that.
Oh, fiddlesticks. Fuck, nigga.
I've never
Miss
heard...
Jones.
No, that's a lie. I've heard one of my math teachers call kids of different ethnicities different terms. I've heard.
Are you sure he's not just racist?
No, it's I don't want to talk too much about it.
I don't want to talk.
This and be like, they're gonna watch this and find you and beat your ass.
It's not that.
What is wrong with you, Orbital?
No, like
that's my second grade student. I'm gonna find him and beat his ass.
No, it's because it's a term. They used the term that I said once that made Frost very uncomfortable.
Wetback?
What?
People?
Wetback?
No, they used the C word.
Chinko?
No.
Coon?
That one.
Hold up.
They used to always use that word.
Coons?
I ain't gonna say it.
Don't worry, you don't have to. I will.
You say yes.
Yes, they said that constantly.
I like how he's like, that's the word that was used for slavery. Coon is like, I can't say.
It made Frost uncomfortable. I ain't just gonna repeat it after he got mad at me.
Don't check the general chat then.
You guys throwing it around?
I wouldn't say throwing it. I wouldn't say throwing. I'd say I'm putting it in a nicely wrapped bow with his name on it.
Or just, someone kind of beamed it at his head,
Connect.
See, I can't use these words. I can use other words, but I can't use these.
I can use the slave word. The one with the hard R? Yeah.
The hard ER? No, I don't use that one.
What?
Politics!
No, hold up. I just want to say, this is not a joke towards PewDiePie, but I was talking to my friend Connor today about this. It was like, it'd be funny if white people actually asked that permission. Like, you're at school and he's at home playing video games. He texts you, he's like, hey, Wicked, I'm really angry. I just lost at this match. Can I say the word? Fine.
No. Are you sure?
Hold up. He says yes. He's like, fine. All of a sudden, the world starts shaking. He's like, no, he used the ER. No, he did it wrong. He texts his friend, Billy, what's wrong with you? What? You said nigger, didn't you? The reason I said it like that is because I was like, now I gotta cut that out. I gotta find this in the podcast and cut it out. Oh my god. At least it's just one time. And I guess two of Orbital actually.
See, that's the thing. It's like if I have to ask for permission, I shouldn't use it. Period. If I have to ask for permission to use it, why the fuck
like
am
the
I
bathroom? Can I use the bathroom?
Oh, for some reason, teachers want you to ask that question. Hey, can I go not pee on your carpet? No.
Because it's like, for them, I guess it shows like a sign of consideration, I guess.
Consider my ass.
It's like,
see, the thing is, if you know it's a bad thing, why you just fucking with it?
Exactly. Because they know you're gonna go smoke weed in the bathroom.
I'm not talking about the bathroom.
And with that, we are actually we're almost 2 hours in, so let's keep going. Let's finish up these next. Huh?
You're still recording?
Yeah, I'm still recording.
Yeah. Did you think he wasn't?
We stop when I say we stop.
Now let's go back to the game topic.
He's like, this is the only time I can finally get you guys like attention. I am not stopping this for whatever reason.
I can get your attention whenever I want.
Because after this, he's
like,
gone.
Exactly. But it's like we're almost at 2 hours. Last one was an hour and 20 minutes. Let's just hit it.
So let's get back on this game topic.
All right.
I'm surprised no one's mentioned fucking Fight Night. We have that. No one said it.
Listen, the less we use Fight Night, the safer we are. If someone actually uses Fight Night, that's when someone needs to come get me.
Okay, Gold. What would be your pitch for a game?
For a game?
Yeah.
Like any genre, right? Any genre, right?
Yeah.
Well, you see, I would like us to sell crosses.
For like any game in general? Or
yes,
like
any genre. Any genre.
Yeah.
Any genre.
For the group, right?
Yeah.
I want to see a church version of the Justice Teams. I want us to walk around and sell crosses to houses.
Just the Justice Teens Church.
Exactly. What did Siri say about molesting little boys?
What?
There he goes!
Hold
he
on,
laughed at the joke! You heard him, Orbital!
Oh, wait, no, he did tell us about that. Oh my god.
But the thing is, Gold likes these weird sexual assault jokes. And it makes me happy.
Did he laugh?
Yes, he giggled. He was the one who was like... We were going after Gold the last time we were on a chat. Anyways, sorry Gold, keep going.
That's why he muted.
Yeah. Just had to check something. Sorry.
Just had to check no one was listening.
There was nothing.
So pretty much I'm thinking probably like, I don't know, probably something like Clue or something.
The Flu?
Like, no,
Clue.
Oh.
He's
talking about like the board game.
Or like Murder in Hong Kong.
Which Justice Team did it?
So like Mafia?
No, not like Mafia exactly, but like basically the concept is there's someone who committed a murder or something of the sort, and then there's evidence laid out, and then pretty much
is it a card game?
Murderer chooses.
You talking about those mazes that they pull for people?
It's a board game.
No, actually, this game is in like it's in like tabletop. That's where I learned it from. Like
so it is a board game then.
We gotta try it out.
Pretty much, it's like there's a murder, and then the murderer chooses like 2 weapons or something of the sort, or 2 pieces of evidence that link to the murder, and then the game master pretty much has to, kind of gives like clues or sort of like that in the form of like little posters or boards. Pretty much like, okay, it happened in this time of the day, this type of season, or the murder was of this nature, like it was, like blunt or, electricity or something of the sort.
Yeah. This is the longest freaking game I ever heard. He was shot by electricity. Alright, who do we have on the list? Black Lightning, Livewire, Tesla Effect, Superman in the 90s, Blur, Flat, anybody really. Jesse down the street.
Could have been fucking anyone. Could have been the fucking light post just falling.
Exactly, could have been the light post. He was known to drink water. Did you know that?
Could have been a West.
I would play this game.
Superpowered kid.
I play this game, but I feel like this game would be like for people who are really deep in the lore. It's like, oh, this person was hit with lightning that turns red after 2 seconds. That would be buzzkill. Yeah, I'm a fucking nerd for my own lore.
See, that went over my head.
Yeah, so the game sounds interesting, but it sounds like
you have to be really into it.
Yeah, if you have like different levels.
No, the thing is, you have to find the 2 pieces of evidence, and then you have to like convict the person.
This person was
I
stomped
really
the
thought you
fuck
were
out.
about to say the two pieces of Eden for a second.
Two people reading?
No, 2 pieces of Eden.
No, 2 pieces
I watch
of
way too much Assassin's Creed.
It's like, all right, let's see. This woman was stomped the hell out. Who could have done this? Who in the league wears boots?
Oh no.
So basically, you have to like pick some by a certain time. You have to like pick a certain player or something of the sort, and then just
Past 2 hours.
you know you have to basically like have like the 2 pieces of evidence, which is basically pointed out by the murderer, as chosen to pretty much like convict them rightfully.
All right.
Think of it like if you bring someone to a court system, you know they're guilty, but you don't have proper evidence, they're gonna go free.
All right. Wow, that took a long time than I thought it would have. Wicked, you're up. Pitch us a game.
Oh, right, the game. Okay. Shit, I don't know.
It's not like we were just going down the list of people.
I mean, honestly, skip me.
All right, Van, do you have a game?
Goddamn.
Right? Like, I don't know.
Because I'm always thinking about like story-led combat, you know, games and shit.
Exactly.
And I'm always thinking about like hack and slash. Those are my 2 go-tos when it comes to these kinds of things.
Yes, that's how I wanted the 4-player JT thing to go, the hack and slash, but in like a group.
I love hack and slash.
Moved along with the story. That's what I wanted.
See, cause like I'm thinking like, what's that one game like? Fucking.
Does it start with an R?
No, okay. It's this. Let me find it. Give me a second.
All right, for me, it would either be the 4-player. Huh? Oh, keep going.
I just thought of it. All right.
Okay, go.
Basically, I'm just gonna. It's similar to Vanilla, but it's basically it's DCUO, but it's open world like DCUO and MMO game. Right? But yes, it's also hack and slash to the point where you can have about eight friends at a time, maybe 10, and just one big ass like raid group going up against awesome bosses, all anime style and shit.
Okay, I think I found it. I'm thinking of like Dynasty Warriors. That kind of hack and slash.
That's what I. Fuck.
That's what I like to think about when I'm thinking about these hack and slash games. Because you're always just seeing these enemies topple one over another, and it's just I don't like that kind. I like that kind of game.
Who would be your characters in the game?
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Kid Blur for one.
Oh yeah, obviously it had to be like your own character in there.
I was hoping that was gonna.
The main
obviously you gotta put Blur.
The main character's got to be in there. I mean, unless the DLC was like the rejects.
I feel like it would be better with a small team because depending on how you design it, because not every character is a fighter. A lot of characters are more like
support.
Yeah, I guess it really depends though. If we're gonna make a game, I feel like we should probably design one that fits the mold of a lot of other characters. Like some people are more analytic than physical fighters. But I guess if we were gonna do a hack and slash, yeah. 8 would be a lot though.
See, because the thing with hack and slash is like for characters like Golds, where they're all complicated, you could just throw in his abilities out willy nilly. Yeah. And then there's like the simple characters, like say Shift, rubber bullets.
Oh yeah, I do have him make him shoot rubber bullets. That's right.
Ah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. When we were talking about the Clue game or whatever. I was gonna say, the weapon used was a gun and it shoots rubber bullets.
Oh yeah, actually that actually sounds smart. It's like Shift, though he uses rubber bullets, they don't knock out the enemy as fast as let's say Tech Break, who uses real bullets.
Yeah.
However, Shift is able to turn into animals that deal twice the normal damage as a person who's punching naturally.
Yeah, like that.
Alright, cool.
See, that's what I like about like hack and slashes. Like you could just throw in their powers willy nilly and just come up with a mechanic to make it all balanced.
Yep.
That's wow. He's right.
What? Who's right?
He was just like,
Mirror Van.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
like,
Oh,
no, I'm saying like that actually would work, like in a practical implication.
Wait, no, who you're saying is right? Mirror Van.
Oh man,
God damn it.
because I don't know that's simple yet extremely versatile when you think about it. So,
who would be the minions or the enemies?
It
Well, I
depends
mean,
on
we could
like,
have-
it
it
depends
could
on
be the government.
okay,
Cause
first of
you-
all, I'm just gonna say this. I would only do this with 4 players. Starting
Yeah,
that
good.
off.
Wait, 4 other players or 4 players total?
Just 4 player total. And like just drop in like
that's so
support
basic.
characters. Like if you ever played X-Men Destiny,
Yeah.
like they would drop
Yeah.
in like iconic heroes. Like do that. Drop in like kinetic
Oh,
team
okay.
and let him level the battlefield or some crap like that.
They had like little sidekicks or something.
Let's not call them sidekicks. Don't forget we're literally like working together.
Yeah, we're the
Well, yeah,
team.
not sidekicks, but fucking.
Well, Kid Wiki is my sidekick.
I knew he was going to
I'm not your sidekick, bro.
Just put that in
Wow.
put that in the game audio.
Just
Wicked,
have
I'm so
OS.
glad you're my sidekick. Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of you. But yeah,
Had it with you.
as for our enemies, I know it could.
Just see, because the thing about hack and slashes too is you can just throw in DLCs and say, "Oh, look, we got another character around here."
Like really?
Just throw them in there. Like we could create a whole DLC of just like the secondary characters.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you want to play these people? $5, simple as that. As for villains,
Yeah.
I could think of a lot of them. I could do the Ramsey family. I could do the Injustice teams.
Who the main like? All right, first off, for the main characters, how many would there be?
I'd probably start off
I
like,
think like 10.
yeah, 10 or
10.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, so which 10 would you pick at first? Is my question.
You mean like for the team of 4, or like what 10 would I put in?
Like in the base game, what 10 would you put in?
All right, I have to also remember like people. I don't know if I want to put Blur in there because I do feel I am overpowered for this
You
type
would be a
of.
support.
Yeah, I feel like Blur would be more of a support class. My powers are more like for blitz attacks instead of like straight up melee. So Blur is not part of it.
You could probably make him the operator. Dude is like,
No, we already have an operator, and that's Tech Break. But I think. Okay.
That's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
There's a lot of people.
I know I want to. Like, making a
I mean,
person
I
like
feel like
Orbital work is kind of complicated, too, because Orbital's whole shtick is he phases through stuff.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, what if we just made the game all on secondary characters and we made the main characters that people throwing the missions at them?
I was actually originally going to go, like, what if we just let them freaking make a character? Like, oh, here's the powers. Here are the powers you get. Here are the base body types. You can choose the skin color. You can choose the hair color. Here are the powers you're going to get.
So DCUO.
No, it goes like this. If you get, like, the speed powers, you're going to have a couple speed powers. But when you mess with people who are actual speedsters, they're going to have stronger and more crazy abilities than you. But you're also a member of the Justice teams.
Set of abilities, or
Huh?
So what you're trying to say is you're trying to give
I'm
the
trying. It's
player
basically
the
like
ability to pick
four new members of the league. That's who you play, and then you play along with other Justice teams.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Makes
saying?
sense.
Yeah. That way we wouldn't have to go like, oh, here you go. But if we
But
were,
I'm
sorry.
It kind of gives me the idea. What if we just give the player like the ability to pick a certain skill set and like their own choices, and some sort of algorithm just decides what
That's too
main
much
character like gives them the ability.
That's too much money we don't have. By the way, subscribe to our Patreon, which we do not have, because we do not make music or comics or anything
Not yet.
We're working.
Wait, so
Not publicly, anyway.
in terms of story, how would the game go? Like, who would be the big bads, the bosses?
We
Alright.
need somebody that's really strong, but
Oh,
not too strong.
I got
to
this.
be-
I got this, homie. Stand down.
Dark side.
Depending on the story, Like, okay, give me which one. Do we want to go with the 4 new characters or the 10, already in the league people?
I think it would be a lot easier with 10 characters already.
Alright, so I would have to say Kid Shift, Frostine, Tesla Effect, Apple Van Jack, so that's 4. Luna Ember, 5 for the fire. Stereo for sound, 6. Crackle Boy, for 7.
Thanks, dude.
That name sounded borderline racist. Crackle Boy.
Crackle Boy.
Definitely gonna have to add a Green Lantern. So,
them niggers.
hey, now I gotta cut that out.
Hey, now you gotta cut that out.
He's got to blur. He's got to bleep it.
Yeah. All right. So definitely a Green Lantern. So maybe Peyton Cross. We need an Archer. So Sparky Arrow. And what is that? Like 7,
Sniper,
8?
Black Ghost.
For some,
Or
I'll throw Tech Break in there. And for some reason, I kind of want to go like, because if I could, I'd make this a Justice team working with the Injustice team, so we can get like a good mixture of the two. Because the Injustice teams use a whole lot more guns, but Van works more as a sniper than anything else, so that's one good thing. And Bronze Cup. So that's the 10 characters. Let's say that's the 10. So we have Fire, Ice, Animal Transformation, Animalistic Combat, so on and so forth. So let's say.
I don't like the concept so much.
Thank you. So let's say we have a villain. Who would the villain be? Well, we could grab the DC villains, or we could continue being thugs and be independent and just throw in our own villains.
See, this touches back to like the subject we had in the last podcast. I think it should be something independent. We're not relying too much on what's already laid out there for us.
Yeah.
So we actually
so just work with our original.
Because I mean, what's already been constructed already has enough exposure. Why don't we give ourselves a chance?
Yeah. Okay. So the story would I want to say the story involves. Oh, I don't know if I want to put the Injustice teams as the first villains or the last villains.
It depends. How much is the other villain more powerful? No.
Isn't Kelly K
Kelly K is like 50-50.
Evil kind of?
She's kind of evil. She's a bitch. You know what? No, I know where I'm going to put the Injustice team. The Injustice teams will be there, but they're going to be like, oh, we want to kill the villains. And we're like, listen, we don't want to kill them because we still need to know where they are. It's like, no, we're going to kill them. So now we have to fight the Injustice teams.
What if it's just a misconception? What if we get them to fight the Injustice teams and it turns out there's a bigger picture? That just went over everybody's heads.
That would lead into Justice Team's Battle Royale 2. Injustice. That's not the name of it. That's just the project name. Bet we can make something better. Justice Team Trident Splash. Strawberry with Lime. 2.
This is a whip, guys.
This is a whip? That's a horrible name. This is a whip.
Oh no, I'm saying this is the work in progress.
Oh. But yeah, on the story, I guess if it worked, we could focus on. There's so many actual good villains that have henchmen. We could work on. We could focus on the Ramses. They're robotic people. They make robots. So robot combat.
Like you could beat up. Like you could see, like we have primary characters that can fill the story, but when it comes to like the goons and whatnot, we could just pull out little drones, robots, demons.
Elizabeth Wright, the woman who had Shift, she uses metahumans and trains them to fight. So we could literally just throw in genetic metahumans. It's like, oh snap, they're shooting fire. Aha, I got this. There's really a lot. As for the Injustice teams, they wouldn't really have any. Henchmen. Yeah, they'd be the boss. Literally every fight would be the boss fight. So I could see a mission where the younger members sneak on to the Injustice team base, and then they run into like 2 Injustice teams. They're like, "Yo, what you doing on our base, homie?"
Here's a good question.
For some reason, I made an Injustice team orbital.
Here's a question though. Does it? I don't think we're limited to just making it. God damn it, my bad.
I still have yet to. Wow, I just realized I have yet to make Justice team.
No, I'm saying because like I don't think we have to be limited to just the main storyline. You know, we can also do alternate universes if we have to.
Oh yeah, we pop into the universe where the Justice Teams are the Injustice Teams.
We could do something like that, I guess.
I've actually written that story. My version of the Earth 3 Blur is too damn powerful. So yeah, that would work, I guess.
See, because I'm thinking it's hard to find a villain that's way too strong, but also undefeated. Well, I mean,
like an end goal.
I think I worded that wrong. We need to find a villain that's.
We need to find a villain that would literally need all the supporting characters to work with the player characters as well. So someone who. The only person I know that. Yeah, I know only one person that can take on every Justice team, and that's Maximum Zero. Other than that, like.
Okay, so turn him evil.
Maximum Zero is evil. He's the leader of the Justice teams. That's why he's the leader. He can take us all out.
Well,
anybody writing this down?
Yeah,
it's a recording. It's like just come back to it.
I got Google Docs open.
Now we need support heroes like the
Blur. But it does depend. It's like how far are we going? It's just going to be like fighting, or they're going to be puzzle pieces? Because I could see like if we had puzzles, Orbital would come in handy. It's like, hey Orbital, I need you to go through that wall. Then I need you to move left, turn right, go up, do a 360 spin, which means just keep going to story.
This is getting way too intricate.
I feel like there should be 20, because super.
Oh yeah, I got you. 20 supporting characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like the more we use like supporting characters, the idea of supporting characters, it would work better with 4 like custom characters.
Yeah,
because it's like
would the
keep going.
Would the player characters be their own created character?
It's a pre-templated body. It's like if you want a chubby Justice Team, male, or all that, it's like you can design the hair color and the skin color and then pick the powers. But other than that, it's like you're just some random team with powers or abilities or skill sets. Because it's like Blur and Shift have worked together. I don't know. I don't know. It's a 50-50 deal because nobody knows us enough. So for all they know, the characters they are playing are just the young characters and supporting of the top tier.
Gotcha. It looks like Green Lantern, but without like.
Let's see. Yeah, just like that.
The symbol.
So we have the villains. We have like the real. It's just making a story. Yeah, we have the basics. It's making a plot.
Angel wings.
The plot could still just be the same old metahuman racism. It's like, oh, they're kidnapping metahumans and killing us off again. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I was like, why don't we just make the story like that?
And then that would literally just be Elizabeth Wright. So there we go. We have our main villain.
Basically writes itself.
Yeah, we have Elizabeth Wright. She has metahumans killing metahumans, and now we have to go fight these metahumans. And then A-Game.
Metahuman.
So Elizabeth Wright, A-Game, and I know that the Ramseys would help. So there we go.
Perfect.
Robots, mercenaries, metahumans, and the Injustice teams. I like it.
No religious stuff.
Gold, what do you think? How does this all sound to you? You're the publisher. What do you think?
I think he's gone.
Oh, he's still BRB?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
He's back.
So what do you think?
Okay, actually, I was just heating some stuff up in the microwave. But, like, I heard some of it. And from what I'm hearing is basically, like, it's either a mix between, like, a puzzle thing or possibly an arcade.
You've missed the entire thing.
Yep.
You're close.
Talking about hack and slashes.
Yeah. I know what you're listening about, though. I was talking about, like, if we add, like, puzzle pieces to the game, too. It's like, so we can... For the members who don't fight, like, Orbital Spirit, who just phases through stuff. But, yeah, you're close.
Okay, so, basically, you're saying the combat system will be more hack and slash, whereas the rest of the game will be... Okay. Will contain puzzle elements.
See, because now this is making me think of Nier Automata, which it's like a hack and slash, but it's also got puzzle elements for like the other characters. Like
They can't sue us.
no, like we're not trying to steal any ideas here. I'm just calling out names.
Totally. But yeah, we have
Sorry,
our villains. We have a plot.
Sorry, I'm just looking at elephant facts. I'm sorry.
It's like, oh great, I gotta figure out how racism works. Elephant facts. Yeah, that was actually pretty fun. Designing this, making up this game, or the idea of what it would work like.
I mean, that's kind of the same thought process I have when I write things. I mean,
not for me. Normally, I do it by myself because people are too damn slow.
Oh no, I don't mean like group efforts.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying my ideas just come and go.
2 minutes and
in different
2
ways.
hours and 21 minutes.
We did it. We did it, boys. We did it.
Yeah, let me make sure you understand. Gold is the reason we went over 2 hours. Because he was trying to explain the board game, and I was watching the time. I was like,
oh yeah.
I thought he was just going to say one quick thing. He's going into detail.
When has Gold never gone into detail?
Yeah, so
we'll have to try it out one day.
You guys want to keep on weird with the game topic, or do you want to end it right here?
What's up?
Do you want to keep with the game topic, or do you want to end it right here?
We can probably stretch it out for another podcast if you like.
All right.
Probably when we have different faces, because we know we lost Shift.
Yeah. Then we gotta explain everything to everyone else.
Yeah, but the thing is, Shift always has an opinion on these things, and he's always like, well, I could have said this. And it's like, you didn't, though.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess that is the end. We hope you have enjoyed. We hope you stayed with us. Oh my goodness, if you stayed with us this long, you need a girlfriend, a boyfriend, and a life. Or you could join us and have on, whatever I just said.
Don't mind that.
You can join us on our next podcast. Hopefully, it'll be streamed live. Probably not, though, because we don't have a close enough following. Anyways, one day.
So basically, this is their way of saying, please join us.
Yeah, please like us. We don't want you to. You can. If you want to join us, just type in the comments.
Please, I don't want a real job.
Please help us with this game.
I want to do what I love.
I hope you realize we get paid. It's getting split unevenly. I get 90%. Yeah. You guys have to fight for the rest.
Well, damn.
Don't worry. The 90% goes into everything else.
Alright, guys. You guys are taking the 0% because I'm taking one for the team, so I get that 10%.
Boy.
So Blur gets 90. Van gets 10. All right, I like this.
Everybody fights.
You get exposure.
That fall out of my pocket. Everybody fights for the.
There goes that dollar.
Oh, there goes another one.
Oh look, Savannah just ripped Ashley's head off for that dollar.
I could picture that.
That's disturbing. Anyways, we hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, follow us through the entire thing. Thank you very much. We enjoy your support. We enjoy everything that you've given us, which is just views at the moment. And subscriptions. Thank you for that. So again, with me, I have Apple Van Jack.
Hey. Hope you guys have a good night.
Kid Wicked. Kid Wicked.
Good night, y'all.
Golden Sparrow.
Night.
And Orbital Spirit.
Yo, bitch, better go to sleep, ho.
And I'm Leo Young. Good night. Good luck. We'll see you in the next Dying Light. It's a good ass game.